to its former glory. Anybody in doubt as to our resilience and our determination to restore Biafra is not only mistaken, not only misguided, but needs to see a psychiatrist. Because we are not stopping. I am Nnamdi Kanu and I don't stop until I get what I want.
Ya ndi okwu asị ka ha bụ ha niile. Ma ume ahụ ma okezi ikpeazụ ma nne ya nwe odo. Okwu asị ka ọ bụ. Nke a ndị ji asị na-eri nri. Ịgba ndị Fulani odibo. Nchi iwu osote onye isi n'obodo Nigeria. Ọ mgbe m nọ n'ụlọ iko ka m ga-etinye ha n'aka akwụkwọ. Si ha agaghị emezi Biafra ọzọ. Unu bịa ka mgbara unu odibo. Ka ndị ọzọ si agbara ha odibo. Ha yọrọ m njụ Biafra. Nsi na ga ma hapụ nwere onwe n'azọ. Kwee n'ihi ndị ya niile maka ọdịmma nke ha nwa na nke ụmụ ha ma nke ụmụ ha ga-abịa n'ihi na agwara m ha okwu m si ha oge mgbe Zik a na-agwa Zik mgbe ọ na-eji ike na-akọwara Zik si ya na ebe ị na-aga n'ụzọ adịghị ya ọ na-efe isi kpakakpaka mba ọwọ Naijiria ka anyị gaa n'ihu lekwa ọnọdụ anyị n'ụbọchị nke taa na-akọwakwara ndị ya si ha ihe a Zik mere mgbe mbụ tinye anyị na ome anyị nọ n'ime ya n'ụbọchị nke taa ọkwa ihe nwa na-eme kedu ụzọ nwanne Nnamdi Kanu si na-eme ya na-emeju ya unu kọrọ m ka m ghọta na m sị mụ na arụghị ogwe nke abụọ gafere River Niger na unu ga-arụ okporo ụzọ unu ga-emezi ebe niile ebe ụmụaka na-agụ akwụkwọ ọ ga-emezi ọma mma ụlọ ọgwụ a ga-arụzi ya arụzi a ga-enwe ọkụ mmiri ga na-agba ọ ga-adụ onye ihu na mma dụ onye azụ na mma kedu ụzọ m si mejọ ndị dị etu a asị m na ụzọ m si na-eme ya na ọ dịghị mma njọ ha sị mbụ ngwa agha onye m gbara egbe onye m gburu mma onye m gbara ụta akwa sọsọ ozi ọma Chineke si mgbasa n'igwe okwu ka m na-agbasa kezie ka o si metụta unu ọ bụ gịnị mere unu a na-asị ka akpọta Nnamdi Kanu ka egbuo ya ọhaneze na ndị gọvanọ ọ bụ gịnị mere ndị herdsmen na-egbusi ndị mmadụ n'ugwu Awụsa ndị gọvanọ ha n'ugwu Awụsa kpọbere ka a bịa gbusie ha inu anunugo na onye na-achị ugwu Awụsa gọvanọ pụtara sị ka egbusie ndị herdsmen inu anunugo na onye Yoruba pụtara sị ka egbusie ndị OPC ọgwụ na sọsọ ndị Igbo n'ihi na unu na-agbalị kalịka kunu ga-agbara ndị Fulani odibo onye pụta sị ka ya gbara Fulani odibo onye nsị na mụ abụọ Nnamdi Kanu aga ma agbara Fulani odibo ha nwere ọkwụsị ịgba mụ odibo ọ ihe na-esere mụ na ha
Nnamdi Kanu kwara na mokpora Radio Biafra kwara na mokpora kwara na me Nnamdi Kanu
you have an iPad here and you have access to the internet right here, I will just invite you, please go online straight away and go to wikipedia.org, Wikipedia, and type into the search engine Abuja Declaration 1989. And this information will come up. Islam in Africa held a conference in Abuja in 1989. At the end of it, they issued a declaration, and it goes to eradicate in all its forms and ramifications all non-Muslim religions in member nations. Such religions shall include Christianity. Now please note that word. To eradicate in all its forms and ramifications. Now Nigeria is a member nation. All non-Muslim religions, such religions shall include Christianity. The word Christianity in the communique was underlined. To ensure only Muslims are elected to all political posts of member nations, to ensure the appointment of only Muslims into strategic national and international posts of member nations, to ensure the ultimate replacement of all Western forms of legal and judicial systems with the Sharia, then to make sure that this strategy works, because it's going to require money. Babangida, as the self-appointed president of Nigeria, put his hand into the treasury of Nigeria, took $21 billion out and gave it to OIC, to the Islamic Development Fund of OIC, and said, take this money for the total, I'm quoting, for the total Islamization of Nigeria in particular and Africa in general. Babangida paid $21 billion of our money to turn Nigeria into an Islamic nation. And they have started. Boko Haram, don't look at it as something that is isolated to the northeast. It is meant to cover the entire nation until Christianity is eradicated in all its forms and ramifications. There are two ideologies inside the Nigerian constitution. Let me show you something. Sharia is mentioned in your constitution 73 times. Islam 28 times. Grand Qadi 54 times. Muslim 10 times in the Nigerian Constitution 1999. There is no single mention of Christ in the Nigerian Constitution. No single mention of Christian in the Nigerian Constitution. No single mention of Christianity in the Nigerian Constitution. No single mention of church in the Nigerian Constitution. Now I ask you, sir, I ask you, ma, is your country an Islamic state, a Christian state, or a secular state? Which one is Nigeria? There is an Islamic agenda for Nigeria.
All right, that's the message I want to send out this morning. This has been trending, and we have said it over and over. It's been on this program, not us. It didn't start with us. It started with Emmanuel Bosso. That's a pastor from Dudua land, and he said this many years ago, and we keep our deaf ear. This morning I read something about the Islamic something, telling them that PDP or APC or whatever party they have, they should have to make sure that whoever is going to replace their present administration must be a Muslim. That is the truth. It is going. We are coming. Then they go. We are always preempting them. We know we know the direction they are going. But you see something? We are determined. This generation is determined. The IPOB is determined. You cannot stop us. We are the indigenous owners of this land, and you cannot take us out of our land. No matter what you do, no matter how much you cry, no matter how much you try, no matter who you jubilate with, you are wasting your time. We are determined. We are going to get Biafra, and that is what exactly we are going to get, whether they like it or not. This morning, somebody sent me something. It says here, breaking news. I don't know what is breaking about it, because what this man is saying is exactly what probably we're going to say here. He said, we will invade Biafra region the way Russia did to Ukraine. Shetima Yerima. Yerima Shetima, or whatever, whichever one comes first. When these idiots talk, we sit down there, we make it a big deal. Bring it down. You don't tell anybody what you're going to do. You want to invade Biafra region, we are waiting. We are waiting diligently. He said the president of the Consultative Forum has praised Russia for taking a drastic actions against Ukraine. Speaking to newsmen in Kaduna, Yerima Shetima stated that the North will soon invade Southeast. We congratulate Russia for the efforts so far with fear of Americans. What's that? We also wish to remind IPOB that if they continue to attack headsmen who are doing their legitimate job in Southeast, we will invade Southeast. We have what it takes. We can unite with Torji and ISWAP, freedom fighters in the North, to achieve this goal. Enough is enough. He is warning us. Look at this. Look at the bastard who is talking. Look at an idiot. You have what it takes. So why are you talking about ISWAP and the rest of the, if you have what it takes? You don't need somebody to fight with you. Bring it down, my brother. Bring it down. Bring it on. We are waiting. We are very, very eager waiting for that day, because we know that that day will come. But you will see after this that we are Biafrans. We are not playing. We know what we want. When what we want, we're going to get it. Regardless of what the threat, regardless of whatever you say, you can come, bring it down. Like I said before, the taste of the pudding is in the eating. You don't threaten anybody, because when you say it like this, it means you are threatening. You are not ready to do anything, because if you want to do something, you don't sing it as a song. We are expecting you. We've been expecting you. We are waiting for you. We want you to come and do that thing that you think you're going to do, because that will bring the end of your home. And that's what we are waiting for. We want you to destroy it yourself, because you're going to destroy it the moment you try to do anything to us. We are Biafrans. We are not coming to your home to take over your home. And you have no right, no independent right to come to our own land to take away what belongs to us. This is what makes us human. And when you have pushed you to the wall, there's nothing else. There's no place else to go. We have no place to go. This is our home. And you are not going to come here from wherever you come from and think it's going to be easy for you. Go ahead. Come, bring it down. We are prepared. We are Biafrans. We are ready, and we are keep doing what we are doing, no matter what you say.
From 7th April 2022,
the selling and eating of Nama, also known as cow meat,
is forbidden in Biafra land. Be warned.
Yeah, Shetima, that's what we have for you. We are not going to stop eating your Nama. You are not going to bring them to our land. Come April 7th. You can claim all you want to claim that you're going to invade our land. Invade us, come down, bring it down. Like I said before, nobody should take you seriously, because you are just rabble-rousing, you're just running your mouth. There's nothing you can do to us. Umuchinek cannot be intimidated in any shape or form, in any way at all. We are in our land, and you cannot take it from us. We didn't invade your place. We didn't come out of nowhere. Lucky you yourself, you know where you come from. You don't even belong to the geographical entity called Nigeria. You come from the Futajalon. We, the Biafrans, we are here. We didn't come from anywhere. The land we grew up in the land. It's our land. There is nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. You're wasting your time. You can say, this is where I come from. Most of us, like in the United States of America, there are those who were born here, yes. But most of us came from somewhere. We can always say we come from XYZ. They're not you, not us. Biafra land is the last hope that we have. That's our land. Anobi. You know, there's something we call Anobi at home. When your father gives you Anobi. Anobi is what makes you a human being from that particular place. It's a sacred land. Most of the time, people don't buy the Anobi. The Anobi is awarded to them. This is yours. This is what makes you, brings you to as a member of this community. So it's always a sacred place. People, in fact, anybody who sells his Anobi is regarded as a ifulefu, somebody who has no brain, because there's no need. Even if it is 2 by 2, it has to be a tiny piece of land. This is what makes you a human being. So Biafra land makes us Biafrans humans. The indigenous people of Biafra is our land. You are wasting your time trying to invade our land and think you can threaten us. No, you are not serious anyway. Those who live in glass houses don't throw stones. You are just an empty vessel making the loudest noise. Bring it down. From the 7th of April, Biafra land will stop eating the nama. That's the cow meat they call nama. We don't want it in our land. If you're a butcher, you are somebody who does that as business, we have had enough time. This whole thing started since last year. Even before it was officially announced, it was already there. So you must have find something else you want to do. But if you think you want to insist that nama is so important to you that you want to do it, you have a choice. Move to the north. Move to the territory where they have the right to sell as much nama and do whatever they like to the animal. Not in Biafra land. It's completely banned in Biafra land, and it's not going to happen. You don't come in here and tell us what to do in our land. It's our land. All right, this morning also somebody sent me something, a very, very touchy talk from the president of Ukraine. I think the Ukraine president, Volodymyr Zelensky, the address in full. They sent me the address that he addressed his people based on what is going on there. Actually, for today, we don't have any opinion about whatever is going on there. Our freedom is our quest. So what I'm reading out now is not the opinion of Radio Biafra. It's not the Biafran opinion, no. It's opinion of something that somebody wrote and is newsworthy, so we're going to read it out to you. That does not necessarily mean that this is what the Biafrans stand for. What the Biafrans stand for, we make it very clear, is our freedom. Freedom is our goal. That's our quest. That's what we want. It's our freedom. We want to be free. Everybody's trying to be free. Believe me sincerely. When you even look at the war that they are fighting in different parts of the world, it has to do with freedom. If you invade somebody's privacy, you invade somebody's land, and you think you're going to get away with it, no, you can't. So it's territorial. It's something that is much natural. So let me read this. Because kind of a little bit too long, but I'll read it. He said here, today, I initiated a phone call with the president of Russia Federation. The result was silence. Through the silence should be in Donbass. That's why I want to address today the people of Russia. I am reading it exactly the way it is. Even if the English is not right, I'll read it the way it is. I think it's a translation. That's why I want to address today the people of Russia. I'm addressing you not as a president. I'm addressing you as a citizen of Ukraine. More than 2,000 kilometers of the common border is dividing us. Along this border, your troops are stationed almost 200,000 soldiers, thousands of military vehicles. Your leaders approved them to make a step forward to the territory of another country. And this step can be the beginning of a big war on the European continent. Probably this was written before they started the invasion. I think so. We know for sure that we don't need the war. Not a cold war, not a hot war, not a hybrid one. But if we will be attacked by the enemy troops, if they try to take our country away from us, our freedom, our lives, and the lives of our children, we will defend ourselves. Not attack, but defend ourselves. And when you will be attacking us, you will see our faces, not our backs, but our faces. I like that. I like that area. This is talking about we too, the Biafrans. Claiming to want to invade us. Come in. You're not going to see our back. You're going to see our faces. Oh, yes. That's such a great talk. It's something that you have to think about. When you want to attack us, you're not going to see our back. In other words, we're not going to be running away. We're going to turn our faces and face you round and round. So let me keep reading. The war is a big disaster, and this disaster has a high price. With every meaning of this word, people lose money, reputation, quality of life. They lose freedom. But the main thing is that people lose their loved ones. They lose themselves. They told you that Ukraine is posing a threat to Russia. It was not the case in the past, not in the present. It's not going to be in the future. You are demanding security guarantees from NATO, but we also demand security guarantees, security from Ukraine, from you, from Russia, and from other guarantees of Budapest Memorandum. But our main goal is peace in Ukraine and the safety of our people. Ukrainians, for that, we are ready to have talks with anybody, including you, in any format or any platform. The war will drive security guarantees from everybody. Nobody will have guarantees of security anymore. Who will suffer the most from it? The people who doesn't want it the most. The people who can stop it. The people that are there. Those people among you. I am here. Like I said before I started reading this, I'm going to read it the way it is written, because this looks like a translation. The English is not it's not conjoining, but anyway, it's the foreign language for them. Let me keep reading it before I get to the end of it. I know that they, the Russian state, won't show my address on Russian television. The Russian people have to see it. They need to know the truth. And the truth is that it is time to stop now before it's too late. And if Russian leaders don't want to sit with us behind the table for the sake of peace, maybe they will sit behind the table with you. Do Russians want the war? I would like to know the answer. But the answer depends only on you, citizens of Russia Federation. All right, unfortunately, that's what's going on there. Like I said before, it's not that we are insensitive about what's going on. The indigenous people of Biafra, we have our own problem, which the world has kept quiet since. And we're not going to give up. We're looking for our freedom. Freedom is very paramount. Freedom is getting away from slavery. Freedom is the freedom that we're talking about, and freedom is what we're going to get. Regardless of what they do, regardless of what they say, forget this Shetima, Harima, or whatever they call it. You know, there's a gun we call Shetima during the war, the Biafra war. Each time I think of his name, I always remember that gun. What I'm trying to say in a nutshell is that they can threaten us all they want. We are not going to give up. Biafra, they know that. Biafra is something that has come to stay and will stay with us regardless of how much they try to dislodge what we are doing. We are determined to take our land. We are determined to stay in our land, not to take our land. We are not taking our land from anywhere. We're just taking control of our property, our land, where we belong, where we were born. We're here. This is where we know. We don't know any other place. We can be citizens of other countries by naturalization and things like that. But you know something? We have a home. What we call the home is Biafra land. Biafra land is our home, regardless of what anybody says, regardless of the threat, whatever is happening, we will excel in the end. You know, yesterday somebody called me and they were talking about this issue that is going on. And it's like there's war beginning, and I said, listen, I don't think there's going to be anything. This is just a tiny invasion that these white people, you know, when they look at themselves and they think that there are too many, they want to kill themselves a little bit, they start killing themselves. But our own is Biafra. That's all we're going to get. We don't belong to them. They are, I wouldn't say they are human beings like us, but at least we come from a different continent. So they are doing their thing. We are here saying they should leave us alone. For those of them thinking that they can come, the Fulani that think they can come from anywhere to come and take over our land, they are joking. They are joking. They are jokers, and they are not going to succeed, and they know it. So we are here trying to make them understand that Biafra is our quest. There's a plan. Islamic plan has been on for years. But today they are dwindling. Like I said, there's a letter that they wrote. I couldn't find that letter this time because somebody sent it to me, actually misplaced it. A kind of Islamic organization that is telling the Nigerian people that they should ensure that whoever is the president, whether it's from PDP or APC or whatever party, is a Muslim. So we want to see the movement. Just watch the movement. Let me preempt them. All the Igbo Ifulefus that want to be president, all of them are going to start turbaning their head. They will tie turban on their head. Just watch. It's going to happen. All Jews Okal had done a long time ago anyway, in preparation for this. So now that they are saying Dave Umahi will know, yes, his own turban is like bed sheets. You know, all of them will wrap bed sheets on their head because they want to be president of the zoo. They can want to be president, it's their right. But the truth, what we are saying is that you can be president, go to the zoo and become their president. Biafra, we have got our leader, his name is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Whenever we get Biafra, according to him, I am quoting him here and here, he's not willing to become the president. No. So we will pick who will be our president, or you will pick, because those of us, like I said before, most of us that are doing this job, you will stop hearing from us as soon as they declare Biafra. Believe me sincerely, you won't. So you can be able to sit down and level your head and decide on who's going to be your president. But now that they say that somebody who is a Muslim must be the next president of Nigeria, all the Fulefus are going to start turning their head, to decide on where they will go and get the turban tied around their head because they are so desperate to become the president of the zoo. I don't know. Because when you look at these things, you ask yourself sometimes, are these people, are they really part of us? What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? All right. Now I have an announcement here to make, and I hope this announcement is not too late or it's past, but let's listen to it.
Obodo kenenu Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Anyị kenebenu Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Amadike Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike. Ike abụgo ndị ilo ya. Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Amadike.
Hashtag free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Hashtag Biafra referendum. Hashtag free Biafra. Hashtag free Ambazonia. IPOB in Western Cape. Massive, explosive, mega protest. Hashtag free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a prisoner of conscience. The IPOB in Western Cape, South Africa will be having a massive, explosive, mega explosive protest which will be taking place on Thursday, the 24th day of February 2022. This massive explosive protest will be taking place at the Parliament and British Council.
All right, I think that was for yesterday. That's exactly what I was saying, because I got the information. I think I had heard this information on my program before, but unfortunately they came in without a date on it. So that would tell me exactly which is what. But I think yesterday happened. It happened yesterday, and they said the 24th, and today happened to be the 25th of February, which means it was yesterday. How did it go? Those who were there, they can call in and let us know what happened in South Africa, Cape Town, and that's where they had this rally. And it's a good thing that I caught that, because I was trying to. Didn't preview to know exactly what date it happened, but I know that I had announced this. It had been here before, and probably I just saw it this morning. I said, I hope it hasn't passed, because even before I started airing it, I said it, that I'm not sure of the date. Unfortunately for me, unfortunately or not, unfortunately, I don't know either way. Yesterday it happened, and for those who were there, please call in and let us know what happened. The number here is 646-920-4541, 845-344-7984, 929-406-9953. When the lines are open, the lines are not yet open for you. All right, and I got this one somewhere in part of Biafra land on the other side, and our coastal friends. There's an invasion there that somebody sent me the clip, and I need to talk about it a little bit. I didn't follow it to the end, but I think it's a video clip with the Fulanis killing our people over there, attacking them. And like I said before, I do not know how else to announce it. If you can sit down there and these people will invade your home and take your family and kill your family and take you and still kill you, there is something they call self-defense. You are not defending yourself to be alive, but you're defending yourself because you want to make a statement. You want to say that, come if me order. You have to be able I'm not saying that you guys are not courageous enough. No, you are. You are, but you see something, when you are desperate, when you're struggling to be alive, every single thing you have is a weapon. Even if you bite the person and you will keep your teeth there and don't remove it, because you're dying already anyway. So we can do that. They come into your knock on your door, there's hot oil boiling, just wait. The first person that comes in, slam it on the person's face, because you know what? It's still going to kill you. When you create a little distraction, you might even have time to escape. But when you stay there with your head bent and your hands folded, they'll take you and do to you whatever they want to do to you. Sometimes being brave a little bit means quite a lot. You know, you can play on the emotions of the person that is taking you, yes. But these people are not coming there because they love you. They're coming to kill you. And you know that this might be your end. Just say your little prayer and try to defend yourself. It is allowed. And believe me sincerely, Chukwu Okike will allow you and give you the courage to be able to escape your predicament. But if you sit down there and fold your hand, regardless, they're still going to kill you, because that's what they come there to do, and that's what they keep doing. So what we are saying in a nutshell is that these things are happening. They are not, it's not something that we didn't expect. Our leader have said it over and over and over in many years, that this is what's going to behold us. And we see it coming. It's going to happen. There are no two ways about it. So we have been warned beforehand. And for those of us who are still there, running around and thinking that it's a joke, well, it is not a joke. It is not a joke, because they are not joking. They are there. Their job is they want to Islamize and take over your nation by all means. And for them, they're playing for time. They know it's not going to work, that Nigeria can never be the same anymore. They know that in their conscience. But you know something? Like desperate people, they are still struggling to see if it will work out for them. But it will never. It will never. All we know is that Biafra is here to stay. It's a continuous movement. It's a quest. It's something that is going to last and last until Biafra is achieved. It does not matter how long it takes. Nobody's going to give it up. If they think that this is a one-time thing, there are people somebody who was talking yesterday said, Biafra said, when is it going to come? I said, if you put a timeline on when Biafra will come, then you're not honest to yourself. It's freedom we're talking about. Freedom has no time bound. Which time in your life do you ever say you are free anyway? Whoever comes in and say, I have gotten enough, I'm free now, I am happy, I'm free, you're not. Nobody says that, those kind of things. What happens is that you keep struggling until probably the last day, the day the creator of the universe says it's your time to go. You go. Other people will continue. Other little ones that are coming. My second grandson celebrated his birthday, just a day, 1 year old, and it continues. He was dressed up in Isiago to tell them that we are coming. Isiago is now becoming a big thing, and to tell you, it's a good thing they told us that our Isiago is a threat to them. So that means we're going to wear it more. You know, my Jewish brothers walk around, they have their little tiny cap on their head. They call it, I think, yarmulke, that's what they call it. You don't stop them from wearing it. That's their identity. That's what they are known to. Whether you like it or you don't like it, they don't go anywhere and take it off their head. No. Mano. In the court, they are wearing it. Anywhere they go, that thing is there. So if Fulani thinks that they can scare us away from our Isiago, our identity, they're wasting their time. Very soon, that Isiago is going to become the school uniform for the kids in the school. Oh, yes. So if they want to hang, they should go and hang themselves somewhere and deceive and stop fooling themselves, because if they think that they can stop us from what we are doing.
Nzobuku, so-called Nzobuku, saying they will bring Awolowo to become the head of state. They knew what was going to happen. They wanted to truncate the economic miracle of Dr. Michael Opara. I'm telling you, are fast. Go and investigate for yourself. Yes. In the East, you have the fastest growing economy in the whole world, over 40% every year. In the West, Awolowo was performing his own miracle as well. Even in the North, Ahmadu Bello and Tafawa Balewa are doing very well. You had all those massive industries in the North. You even had Alamajiris that were employed in the North, meaningfully employed, gainfully employed. They were all doing very well. Britain said no. For us to control these people, we need to impoverish them. Let us introduce this war. There was a coup by Nzobu. And after that, there was the massacre of, as usual, massacre of our people in the North. Ojukwu said, I have to secure my land and my people. They said, no, let's go to Aburi to discuss it. Ojukwu went to Aburi and agreed, restructuring. That's something now you're asking for. To tell you how foolish Nigerians are. They're very foolish. That same nonsense you're asking for now was discussed many years ago. Ojukwu sat down in Aburi with Gowon and decided that regionalism was the best way forward, restructuring, going back to who you were, 1963 Constitution, 1963 Constitution. Be on your own and pay tax to the central government, as they have in America, as they have even in Britain. Britain, you have Scotland that is almost independent. Wales, the same thing. Everybody is free. But Britain doesn't want the same thing they're enjoying to happen in Nigeria. Why? Ask yourself that question. Anybody telling you about one Nigeria is your enemy? I'll prove it to you now. Ojukwu negotiated devolution, regionalism. The North will be on their own, the West on their own, even Midwest on their own, and then the East on their own. It's the same one Nigeria. On their way to the airport, before they boarded the aircraft, a call came from Lagos, from the British High Commissioner in Lagos, to, after having signed the agreement, that same Gowon you're looking at today, God kept him alive so that he can witness the destruction he will bring upon that very zoo called Nigeria. Gowon said no. Do you know all the journalists in Nigeria, none of them have ever gone to Gowon to ask him, why did he say no to Aburi? Aburi was restructuring. None of those agitating for restructuring right now has ever gone to Gowon or gone to Nigeria to say, but Ojukwu negotiated restructuring. What happened? They came back and they said no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. If not now, that after many years of hammering on this very topic, it has now sunk into the skull of the people that go on was the aggressor, not Ojukwu. That's how Nigeria is. Always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it. And we are here today. Those they gave birth to, they have come. And this time with a wrath that you cannot even begin to imagine. And Biafra must come. It must come. Two things are bothering the zoo right now. You know, when God wants to destroy a nation, it comes in many ways. One, Buhari is dead. They brought in a fake. It is now dawning on the people very slowly that there is no more Buhari. People are now beginning to realize it. What I find astonishing are people that they claim are stakeholders in the zoo, those who should know better, those who should be, should I say, lead this very campaign to uncover the truth. They're all running away, they're all hiding. Do you know why they're hiding? Because the people talking about a late dead Buhari are those that oil and gas comes from their region. And they all think that they need oil and gas to survive. That is why they're all quiet. If not that Dino Malayo came out a few days ago, of course Obasanjo said it, even Aisha Buhari said it. And the husband is dead. They all pretended as if they didn't know. And whether Buhari is dead. And when that very issue erupts the way and manner it would later on in the coming weeks and months, the zoo cannot contain the fallout. That is number one. Number two is that everybody keeps talking about there seems to be no government, there is no direction because Buhari is not there. That is why you have no direction. That is why the country seems to be drifting. That is why there is no sense of purpose. No cohesion, because there is no Buhari. So what you have are competing interests and ideas from the Fulani cabal that is ruling the zoo, ruling all of you. You know that everybody is not Buhari, everybody knows that. How many Buharis are you going to have before you begin to reason and begin to think? When I said they say it was conspiracy theory, and I said with time, today people are coming out to confirm what we have always known. What we have always known, that Buhari is dead. That is why we have what is called a drift in the government. That is why there is no clear focus, there is no clear-cut direction, not at all. If not that I talked about Aisha Buhari in my last broadcast, I wouldn't have brought her out today to speak. And she only issued a statement. Nobody saw her. She's in Dubai having fun with her boyfriend, your first lady. And I asked them, in whose reign or regime in Nigeria or anywhere else in the world do you have a first lady missing in office?
All right, this is Radio Biafra. You see, every day you listen to Mazi Nnamdi, you sound like you just born again. I'm telling you, feel fresh. Because these are things that he said a long time ago. I'm just repeating it. He's just playing back. He's not saying it today. But because of the truthness in what he's saying, the facts in what he's saying, when he says it, it looks like it was said today. Because the event, this thing they call the truth, is something that does not get old. The truth never changes. You can change and run around it and try to lie, to cover it, try to paint it, to twist it, to suit you, but you know, it remains there perpetually as the truth. Nigeria has no president and they know that. But for one reason or the other, I cannot understand it. How the likes of Obasanjo, number one, Usibanjo, number two, will sit down because number one, Usibanjo, I can excuse him because this is somebody who was lavishing as a pastor, looking, depending on tithes and things like that. And all of a sudden, God answered his prayer, and he goes in there and becomes the vice president. And he was ready to serve even Nnamdi as his boss. He's aware, and very much aware, that the man that they swore him in the office with is not the man there. But do I have to go back to this poverty? If he goes back home, the wife will say, Otio, stop this nonsense, I beg, remain there. Just serve, just stay there. Couple of years, we'll make our box and then we'll get out. Because we came out of poverty depending on tithe. So now that the free money that is coming from nowhere that we can have control of. But Obasanjo, in his case, I don't really know what is going on. It baffles me because the likes of Obasanjo, no matter how much God loves you, you're not going to make another 10, 15 or 20 years. No. Even if you make, in fact, if you make the next 5 years, you'll probably be a vegetable. Not be able to coordinate what's. But God gave you the chance at your age to still remember, to still be able to talk and people listen. And you are there, see what is happening in Nigeria, see the way children are dying, people are being killed left, right, and center. And you know very well, there's no being diplomatic or trying to speak in parables about this issue. If the likes of Obasanjo gets up tomorrow, calls a whole world press conference and say, let me tell you something. We don't have a president, the man there is not Buhari, which you know he's not. What are you defending? The more you defend this, the more people die. The more people get killed. Every single day they are killing them left, right, and center. And you stay there and tell me you are a patriot, you're trying to, what are you really hiding? What is it that you cannot open up and speak to the world? Just one sentence. I am calling this press conference today because I am tired of what is happening in my country. This is what is happening. Forget, even if you say it today, Obasanjo, and you die tomorrow, you will go, believe me, the angels in heaven will take you along. But the way you are now, God is giving you a chance to wake up. God is giving you the chance to come and mend what you... First of all, you were in the Biafran war, you know how many children you killed. How many people you starved to death. For this same one Nigeria that is today sharing you, do you think it's by mistake that you are alive? No. God is giving you the chance. God is giving you the chance to repent. When they say repent, you can't repent when you get in the grave. Because when you go to the other side, the Satan is waiting, and they are the ones that are making you not talk. The Satan is blocking you. So please don't say it. If you say Nigeria is going to disintegrate, Nigeria has already disintegrated. That is why I said you have a chance at your age to go out there, call the world press conferences, Olusegun Obasanjo, and tell the world the truth, what you know, because you are not speaking the truth. You are hiding the truth. You are hiding the truth so much. I don't know how you sleep at night and wake up in the morning. I'm making this address to you, not as any other thing, but as at least an elder. You have enjoyed yourself. You have lived in this government. In the past government, how many times were you president? What else do you really want? God has given you all that you need to go to heaven. But I know Lucifer is there working very hard to get into you and make sure you don't speak the truth. And this is not a press conference that's going to last forever. 15 minutes of it. Tell them, you know something? I was the past president and I've seen things, and I'm so sorry for our countrymen that every day they go to the Senate, they talk about insecurity. Obasanjo, you can end this insecurity by telling the truth. You, the so-called senators, I don't even count on you guys, because you people have not even, you are still there because of whatever you're going to be given. You're not representing anybody. You're just there for yourself. But I'm talking about people like the Olusegun Obasanjo. Obasanjo is not ready. He's not going out there to be re-elected as president. No. He has achieved everything. What you have not achieved, Obasanjo, is the truth. You have not achieved the power to speak the truth. Satan is still in control of you very, very much. Lucifer is there, but you know something? When he gives you with the right hand, he's going to take it with the left hand. He's blocking you, but the day you get on your grave, the day they say dust to dust, your spirit will not rest. It will go to the other side, and then you see the actual suffering. You have a chance today to come up and speak the truth, because Nnamdi Kanu has said it long time ago. This man died in 2017. He said the truth, and his mind is free, his heart is free, because onye kwu eziokwu okwuruku ute, that's okwu ya akwuru ọtọ. Go out there, Obasanjo, call Nigerians and tell them the truth. Tell the world, not even Nigerians. I don't talk about Nigerians. Nigerians know the truth already, but they are so afraid to talk. Some of them are young people. Some of them are people who just started a career. They are afraid, oh, if I say this now, if I'm a journalist, I just write this, I'm going to be in trouble. Obasanjo, you cannot be in trouble. What trouble? What other trouble can they give you? You have been to prison before, so prison is not new to you. Are they threatening you with killing? You are a soldier, a brave general that came out of the war. What haven't you seen? You think that your life couldn't have been stuffed off if your creator didn't wanted you to die? Of course, there were opportunities. You were in the war. You know how many millions of people that died during that war, but you survived. You came out one time president, they made you president. The second time you came in, and you still there hiding your face in shame. Please help yourself. Take yourself out of this hell that you're going to, because that's exactly where you're going to end up if you don't speak. I have a first call coming in this morning. Caller, good morning. Caller on WhatsApp. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Good morning from here.
Yes, yeah. Good morning, Mazi PETERS. Thanks for having me. I hope your line is open now, right?
Yes, my line is open. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me, and thank you for educating Biafra in your capacity, and thank you for your dedication, Mazi. Mazi, allow me to appreciate Tony and who stand strong to defend us so that we may be free. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, His Excellency. I say, may his days belong on this earth. Long live Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Long live IPOB. Long live United States of Biafra, long live DOS, and long live ESL. Mazi, my name is Mazi Abuja. I'm calling from my location. Mazi, thanks for having me. Mazi, what I want to say, there's an announcement you made just a few minutes ago. Mazi, the protests have taken place yesterday.
Yes, I know. That's why I stopped it. Yeah, continue if you are aware of it.
Yeah. Yes, Mazi, it's really marvelous. Mazi, it's unbelievable. It's massive, mega rally. Really mega rally. Mazi, I will send the clip after I finish. I will send it to you. Mazi, it's unbelievable. Even Abazonia, our brothers from Abazonia, they are among. Mazi, it's unbelievable. It's really massive protest, and the message will be delivered. Mazi, I thank South Africa what they be doing. They're doing wonderful, and we continue. They will continue doing us proud, Mazi. And another thing I want to say, Mazi, you mentioned about those that are clamoring to be the zoo president, that they have to tie bandage on their head. Mazi, almost all of them have tied the bandage. Who remains there? Okora Osa is already tied his own bandage. He have his own mark. Is it Ojos or Kanu? They have tied his own bandage. His mark is the person that just recently is Chibika Amechi, the Minister of Information, Minister of Transport. He have already tied his own bandage. So all of them have already tied their bandage. So they are ready to go. So it's not a new thing. You know, they're all slaves to the Fulani. They're all slaves. Now, Mazi, coming to those that our legal team that are rotating to see our leader, Mazi, they have denied them again not to see our leader for the second or third time. I don't know what is all this. And they postponed it also till Monday. They said because the man in charge is not available. I said, what is people talking about? The man that know that this is rotating thing, that is supposed to be from this time to this time. This man knows the time, and he will not be there. So every day our legal team goes there, they will not allow them to see our leader. And they say Monday now, I will never know. I believe that Monday they have to allow them to see our leader, because this dribble or this thing they are doing, Mazi, we cannot accept it anymore. This is second or third time. What is all this? What is going on here? Mazi, enough is enough. You know how these people play. They must test the water before they do what they want to do. They have a plan. I will not allow them to carry their plan up. We have to follow them up. And another thing I want to say, Mazi, mention about Ukraine, what is going on in Ukraine. Mazi, I want to tell our people in the Ukraine, IPOB family members, please, if you are from Biafra land, go and join IPOB now. Let us know how many you are there in Ukraine. Don't left behind. This is something that would, you believe that you have embassy there. Your embassy did not care for you. Go and be a member of IPOB. Go and identify yourself right now, because this is getting out of hand in Ukraine right now. Please go and identify yourself so that we know how many Biafra, how many IPOBs in Ukraine. This is very, very important. Don't ignore this. Go and identify yourself now. This is the opportunity, because the embassy will not help you. Nobody will help you. If you refuse to do this, you are your own. Anything that happens to you is your own cause. Identify yourself now. So if there's any help that IPOB will render, we will render that help to you. So identify yourself right now. Now, before I drop, you mentioned this madman called Shetima Yerima yapping that we congratulate Russia for attacking Ukraine, that they will do the same in Biafra land. Let him come and do it. It's easy to talk, Maz. It's not easy to do. He can yap. Let him talk. But you see, I don't blame the man, because what he's saying, you see, Shetima Yerima is like this our elder they call Ohanes Ndibo. Did this man can he say something? This what is his name again? He cannot say something, but this man can yap. Nobody can challenge him. Maz, I don't blame him. But the time is coming. It's running out. Maz, thank you for having me. God bless you. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. I have a call. Let me take this on straight line. Caller on straight line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Caller on straight line. Are you there? All right, the line just went off. I don't know what happened. Like I said before this morning, I spoke about, I sold our ex-president Olusegun Obasanjo to go out there and tell the world the truth, because he's a liar. He's somebody who is keeping quiet. He knows the truth about what is going on. He can end all this problem that we're having by just 15 minutes live broadcast. Tell the world that the man there is not the person that you know. You can't tell me that you do not know. Somebody even tried to give you a lead way, because it was according to you, Obasanjo. You said somebody asked you, somebody was placed in the society, asked you a question. Do you really think that Buhari is dead? And then you answered, how would Buhari die and we don't know? Come on. That is something, somebody gave you a lead way. Somebody gave you a way to get away from, because the person that is asking you that knows that he's not alive. But he wanted to give you the opportunity to come out and end that whole thing. But you missed that opportunity by being sarcastic. Please turn down your listening device. Good morning.
Yes, I've done.
All right, tell us your name and where you're
from. Sorry, sir. Yeah, I'm Chode. Calling from
welcome to
Mambara province, Biafra land. Yeah. I have to thank you so much for your job. The job you are doing for us.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, keep on keeping on. So, concerning what you said about Shetima, this is Shetima that has been talking about war all the time. War. Did he see war at all? That is Shetima. Did he see war at all? This Shetima supposed to be the person that, if you hear the sound of shelling, he will collapse. That is Shetima. You didn't hear the sound of rocket or this jet plane. How much more shelling? So it's talking about war all the time. War. Shetima, I'm not sure. Shetima knows how to shoot a gun, and all the time he's talking about war. What I can see, Shetima is talking to his age grade, with Kanu and Kanu. He's talking about those gullables. He's not talking about hardcore Biafrans. That's why he can just be there moving his mouth, talking about war. He never even see war. When he see war, he will collapse. He will faint. So we are not talking about Regima. We are the ones that can be answering him and not DOS. Because I think he's not even in the same line with us. Only that we can tell him about war. Because he didn't see war. He was not even born that time. So how can we talk about war? This is, on a sound note, this is the bet, what I call the bet of the century, a bet of the century. This is the other issue. A bet of the century, a bet between good and evil. A bet between the gullibles and the hardcores. A bet between this Takia man, like Muhammad, and the major prophet, the one who can see tomorrow, the wise man of the East, our leader. So we are not in the same category with these people at all. They are talking because of the gullibles, the vagabond fear. That is why they can. How can they insult hardcore Biafrans? Where they have this in the world, the inventors, destined inventors, the gurus, the Genesis are here. certified scientists, natural one, gifted ones are here. How can Shetima talk about make his mouth against Biafra? He doesn't know what he's talking about. Because it's not in the same line with us at all, and it can never be. So, coming to the area of the Bosu, Emmanuel Bosu, he played his sleep. Emmanuel Bosu has been warning about this thing we are seeing now, about the Islamization and Islamization. No one cares about it. But it's on the move. Everybody can see it. But the gullibles we have here, because they are brainwashed, they don't know anything concerning it. What they do in 2022, 2023, you don't know where you will stay. Whether your life is guaranteed. For Biafrans, this is a very hot time. See, you talk about Ukraine and Russia. That is what is coming. But in this, we are not talking about the Shetima. But I talk about Afghanistan. What played in Afghanistan? It is very unfair for Goliath, disdaining David, talking nonsense. He doesn't know what is happening, what will come against him. That's how these people, when they are talking about war, the gullibles, they are talking about against the gullibles, the so-called federal government. Fulani doesn't know anything at all. Even Britain themselves. Britain is the one cooking, is on the cooking, they are the ones that is playing their cards here. Britain has colonized more than 100 countries. How many are there remain now? But they thought that the dream about Biafra will stay forever. Britain even knows that this game, this business has expired since 2014. But still, God had blocked, hardened the heart of Britain, Fulanese, and the Sabo, that he will use what he did to Pharaoh and the Egyptians. That is what God plans for Britain, Fulanese, and Sabo, and they must see it before they believe it.
Yes.
Their mind is blocked. They won't believe it now. Nobody can stop them. But we must defend ourselves. We must defend our land and our rights. That's what God has given to us.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Keep on keeping on.
Thank you, sir. All right, this is Radio Biafra. We're still taking calls. 64692045541, 845-344-7984, 929-406-9953. I have a call coming in on straight line. Let me take this one. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi, good afternoon from here.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, brother. Mazi IYKE Peters, I appreciate you for a good job. May God guide and protect you.
There we
I commit our leader into the hands of our ancestors. May them protect him wherever they are. We are president of the whole world. I appreciate you. Mazi is a brother of the calling from UK. Mazi, there is something that makes me to call. I want Biafra to underline the word that our moderator read about Yerima Shetima. Underline it. He said they will unite with Islam, and they will unite with Islam. Underline it, and then invade us. Now, you remember when Mazi was telling us that these are their foot soldiers. They are training them. Mazi, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yes, this, when Bosu was saying, there's something Bosu said that don't look at Boko Haram and all these terrorists as something only in the north. No. Underline that word. Don't look at Boko Haram and all these terrorists as something for only the north. No. That is why you see Yerima Shetima said they will unite with Islam. Who is fooling who? I know. Mazi Nnamdi know that these are their foot soldiers. You know. And they not know that they are training these guys for something. That is why the dead Buhari, when he was alive, he said an attack to Boko Haram is an attack to the north. But the same Mazi and Mazi Nnamdi saw a thing, went to America and tell our people exactly what is going to happen. They mock at him. They cajoled him today. What is happening? Okay, Yerima Shetima, Unite with the Boko Haram and come to invade us. Unite with them. Mazi, thank you for giving me this opportunity.
All right, thank you so much. All right, I have a call from South Africa, and I need to hear them because of the rally of yesterday. I'm sure that's why they're calling me. So I gotta go to South Africa now and hear about what happened yesterday. It's a good thing that he called, and I'll be very glad to talk to him. Caller, are you there? Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Good morning from here. Caller, good morning. Are you there?
Message in.
Oh boy. All right, I'm trying to call him, but probably still trying to call me back. All right, call me back. I'll take your call as soon as your call comes in, and I will stop anybody that is talking because I need to know what happened in South Africa yesterday at the rally. The lines are still open: 646-920-4541, 845-344-7984, 929-406-9953. I'll take a call from South Africa as soon as he comes in. So whoever is calling now, caller on straight line, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good afternoon, Mazi IYKE. My name is Simon, and we're calling from Abuja State.
Yes, hold on, Simon. When you are talking, if somebody from South Africa calls me, I have to put you on hold.
Okay, then I'll hold on.
All right, go ahead, sir. No, keep talking. It's not the person is not here.
Okay. In case if you call me, okay, I'll give him chance. All right. Fellow Biafrans, good afternoon, good evening, no matter your time zone. Both people back home, our people, even my own people. He got to our place, burning of houses. People, thank God that people are knowing now that this embargo and the Nigerian military working hand in hand. You can see those guys. Some people in our place confirming that the people coming are not our people. So it's good they are knowing now. All those of them man with the their days are numbered. Bringing war, bringing it to our place. Your days are numbered. I don't know after this your governorship where will be. We are watching you. Mazi, follow up what Yema Shetima is talking about. The way Russia invade Ukraine is the way they will invade us. We are waiting for them.
All right, go ahead. You still there? Well, let's see. It looks like the line just cut off. I don't know what happened. All right, this is Radio Biafra. We're still taking calls at 646-920-4541, 845-344-7984, 929-406-9953. I am also on Signal. The Signal line is 845-283-9665. Like I was saying, my emphasis this morning is on the fact that Nigeria has no president. The man died, and nobody is talking about it. It looks like the world is silent about it because. But I am calling on the people, the likes of Olusegun Obasanjo. I am putting the whole blame on him because these are people who are in power. What is he afraid of? Somebody asked me, what about, what's his name, Osibanjo? Osibanjo is a pastor that was praying for tithe and holding for tithe, and God gave him a big tithe. The biggest tithe that God received was to become the vice president, and all of a sudden his boss died, and the people expect him to come out and tell us the truth. No, he will not. Because he has a wife and family, he has mouths to feed. The wife will say, I owe to you. Now stop that nonsense, I beg. We have been praying for this and God has given it to us. So why do we have to go out there and tell them the truth? Telling them the truth all means that oh boy, I don't like these calls that are coming in. I'm still waiting for the South African call. Somebody's calling me from France, Paris, France. All right, let me take this one. Caller, good morning. Caller on straight line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. He hangs up. The person hang up. All right, like I was saying, you know, okay, let me take this France. I don't know who this person is calling me from France, but I needed a call from South Africa. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Biafra. My name is Mazi IYKE. I come from Abeba. Abeba is Umuahia province of Biafra land. And this morning, as we discuss about this issue of the Ukraine, and you say it's not a topic. I like it. But at the same time, I want to give something like an advice. If it is possible, let us as Biafrans to avoid this game, because this game they are playing, if we watch very well, it's the same game when during the Biafran genocide in 60s, when Israel was in the war and the Vietnam was in the war. The war were focusing two wars around the corner, while Nigerian government with their allies attack Biafra and do many things. Now, another thing have started again. The war are focusing Ukraine, and also they just forgot about issue of Biafra. They've been hearing it, we've been tweeting and sending messages and letters. It seems that they everywhere were silent. Our leader was rendered, and nobody was talking about it. Even the British and even their agents in Nigeria, nobody say anything against it. And I think I'm giving it's not a command, it's not a must. I said, please, all our leaders, please, the DOS, if possible, we need to be neutral in this issue, because this is a game, and not to support both Russia or Ukraine. Because if you see what is going on in the media, there are some of the pastors in Biafra land, they are supporting and doing all kinds of things that are going on. And at the same time, please, I'm begging, there is one issue that came last time. I wanted to call, but along the line, I did not, our Kina Semodo, our precious brother, they did not pick my phone. But I want to tell you it in this today. They can hear it, they can treat it. Please, let them call this girl that is from my place, is from Abuja too. This girl they call Mara, and they ask her, the person who sent her the SMS, the phone call, and also the number that were used trying to blackmail the DOS of IPOB. Again, they are trying to use, because when you are killing all this preliminary auto cleaner, they are using another strategy to come again. Please, my advice is, let them contact this woman, that's evangelist, and ask her to give them all the whole numbers and SMS, voice messages that were sending to her. Let them verify it and analyze it to know where he come from, because those people are using all kinds of strategy in order to blackmail our structure of IPOB. Please, that's only the suggestion I'm giving this afternoon. All right, God bless Biafrans worldwide.
All right, God bless you, my brother. Thank you very much. The truth is, in my opinion, these people are not important. Our leader knows, though, that he gave a job to do. No matter how much you try to blackmail them, no matter how much you try to paint them black, somebody assigned this job to them. And whatever that person says, that's what goes. The lawyer has taken his time to come out and debunk what most of them are saying, so that there are people who want to always take our eyes off the ball. You know, when we are playing this soccer, it's like a tennis ball. They want you to stop looking so that they can be very relevant. They are not important. Honestly speaking, they are not important. Our lawyer came out plainly to explain that he is the most trusted person that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and whatever I tell you is what Nnamdi Kanu have said. It's as simple as ABC. So when we start listening to some of the pastors, they are talking, some will say God told me, the other one will say he dreamt. Well, it's good to dream. I dream too. Sometimes I dream, and my dream, I be dreaming when I'm flying, and normally I can't. Normal person doesn't fly. So when I dream that I'm flying, do I have to come and tell them? Last night I had a dream, I flew, or I saw God. God told me. No, God doesn't tell you anything. God doesn't talk to you. God talks to you in the spirit, in your mind. And when he says something to you, believe me sincerely, be so hard, be so dumbfounded that you don't want to talk about it. And most of the time, go and ask any of the prophets, they will tell you that the only time they talk is when God gives them a message. Not a calculative message. Because sometimes most of the things that you people say God told you is something that we know is common sense. Oh, God told you you are going to go to Umaya tomorrow. Okay, so big deal. Because you already plan to go, you sleep with it in your mind, your subconscious mind is there that has already grabbed what you want to do and throws it back at you, and you assume that it's God that is telling you. The DOS is in charge. Short and simple. There is no way you can change it. Our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, before he was renditioned, appointed them. So why do I have to listen to anybody? Even if, no matter the dreaming, well, God dream and dream and dream, fast and dream, and you're wasting your time. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not dead. He's alive. And he's going to remain alive. So whatever he puts in place, stays in place. So people going there to ask who sent a message to you, or who sent the email, or who sent the blog, is a distraction. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. Even for me, even the DOS, even responding to some of these things, it's a waste of time. We have more thing to do. Like my brother rightly said, Ukraine, when I spoke about it, Ukraine and Russia, over here on this program, I said whatever is expressed here is not the opinion of IPOB. Well, I'm just reading out what somebody, their president, said to the world, and I said, let me read it out, but we don't have any opinion on this. They are killing themselves. After all, our people have been dying too, so nobody's saying anything. My brother, when you said something about it's something that happened during the last war, of course it did. There were so many wars and people were not focusing on what we were saying. But Chukwu Okike Abiyama, the creator of the universe, is in charge of what we are doing. And when he's in charge, I don't want to worry myself and blame and start thinking that it's not going the normal way. No, whatever way it's going is the normal way. That is where the person in charge of this whole struggle is directing it, and that's the direction that we are going to take, and it's going to go there regardless of what we think. I have a call. Good morning. Call on straight line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Please start.
Mazi IYKE, it's me, Simon again. Sorry, I know I don't remember where to pick second thought, but because of this issue of Ukraine you are talking about, it's not our...
No, you know, Simon, you know, I don't take calls twice from the same person. I don't do that. I don't like
I know.
Yeah, when you call, just allow others to come and say what you want to say, then...
All right, okay.
Please.
Let's by the road, my brethren.
All right, so this is Radio Biafra USA 2. Like I was saying, my line of thought was cut off. 646-920-4541, 845-344-7984, 929-406-9953. So like I was saying before, Ukraine and Russia is not our problem, it's not our priority. Not that it's not important, it is important because people are dying there, you know, human beings are being killed. But we have more pressing problem. Our problem is our freedom. So Chukwu Okike Abiyama knows what he's doing, he's in charge. We cannot force it, we cannot want it to go our way. That it doesn't go the way you think does not mean that nothing is being done. Believe me, something is more than something that more than you is being done, and there is nothing anybody can do about it. Talk about our DOS and the leadership of Biafra, the Biafra movement. IPOB is Chukwu Okike that created this IPOB, and we are here to actualize, to follow and do what he has asked us to do. I have a call, straight line. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi IYKE, PETERS, good morning, sir.
Welcome to the program. Yes, hello.
Hello, sir. Everybody. only tweeting yesterday.
Yes.
In everything that happens, there is a lesson to be learned behind it.
That's right.
So if you're going to or in common, only if you are mutamia.
Yes.
Or Bulokana in Kenya Garok is because if you know joyful, in joyful. So only if you are mutamia. So going forward, either good or bad, you will make the same mistake again. When I reason India, only something that is going on social media, and I've seen that once, for a second time, so I can't go to bed without sharing it with our brothers and sisters to make sure that all of them are on alert.
Yes.
So there is this code, if you have a pen, only this code will go star, pound, of some people in our way ash.
Okay.
62 pound.
Okay.
That is also called ash. And then another second one will be pound, 002 pound. The first one will be star pound 62 pound. This person is encouraging people to put that on their phone. That they will be able to stop people monitoring them. And then that second code that below pound 002 pound, meaning a confirm if they are being tracked. But this is from the Zoological Republic of living hell of that Zoological Republic, wanting to continue to kill our children, our fathers, our husbands, sisters, and everything. It's in your phone now, if you're hearing my voice. If you put this number on your phone, your call will be forwarded to some number. And it's in that second code, the pound 002 pound, it will confirm that your phone has been forwarded to that number. So everything you know, whoever needs alert to notice this, everything you're talking about, wherever you are, they will know what you're talking about and where you are. Obviously, I'm not defending you. So help me and circulate it.
Yes.
The DSF in Nigeria. The final lecture about
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Dalo, my sister. Thank you. You know, I think I'm aware of this, that she just called. A long time ago, I remember one time our leader was saying something about phone hacking and things like that. This information came up, but I didn't really investigate it to see what it's all about. But our sister has explained it very well. It says it's pound 62 pound. That means they will tell you that if you put this 62 pound on your phone, that nobody will know if your phone is being hacked. And then to stop people from hacking your phone, then you get pound 002 pound. That is to confirm that your number has been included. You don't do this. Our sister has probably found out that this is a scam. This is a way that the people in the zoo, the so-called cheap DSS, trying to find out, trying to be scientific now. They're trying to use the hacking system. So bear this in mind, please. It's very important. Don't even go there. The scale is a pound 62 pound. Pound. That is the hash 62 hash. Then pound 002 pound. When I say pound, I'm talking the same thing with the hash. That just the hash is signal that you have two straight lines with a cut at the middle. So make sure that you don't go into this and control your phones, because they are using this as a way to track you, as a way to get rid of you, which is what they actually want to do. They're trying to make sure that we don't exist. But you know something? They are wasting their time, because we know. I'm still calling Olusegun Obasanjo, the former ex-president of the zoo, to wake up, call a press conference in the world and tell the world about what he knows about that thing called Buhari. That government He's not there. Buhari is dead. He died long time ago. Do this and save the lives of people, because the day you announce this, the world is going to say yes. And then something will start happening. Don't sit down there and say because it's Nnamdi Kanu that said it. Unfortunately, he was given the gift to say things the way they are. We all don't have that gift. And when somebody has something that we don't have, what do? We respect it. We don't get jealous. Because if I don't like what you have, if I'm jealous of what you have, then I will never have. Honestly. If you are somebody who is very gifted, you have a special talent, and I like what you have, and I praise God for what you have, God will give me the same thing that you have. But the moment I start being very jealous, thinking about you, not going to bed, sleeping, and wishing, I hope he's too proud. Look at the way he is. He's given this, he's given that, then you are running away. That thing that you don't like, because you don't like what he has, will never come to you. Like attracts like, isn't that what they say? Science here and there. So whatever you like is what comes to you. You cannot get what you don't like, honestly speaking. I have a call on straight line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay. Good evening from here. My name is Oku. I'm calling from Malaysia.
Welcome to the program.
Okay, please, I want to touch on what a brother also talked before. You know, our leader used to tell us that we must be vigilant. To me, with what that Yerima Shetima said, we have to understand that these people, they are already getting prepared to come, just like the previous brother said. When things are happening in the world, they want to use that opportunity to also invade, so that it will be like they are suppressing our voice. You know, so let us really, our people, we need to be vigilant.
Yeah.
You know, that is what I want to suggest, because actually for him to make this statement now means that they are preparing. They are preparing.
Yeah.
They are really preparing, and we need to be vigilant. This time, they cannot do us anything. They seems to fought before because they gain help from the Britain, but it's not in this century again. It will not repeat itself. Please, I beg, I plead, and say, let our people be really on alert.
Yes.
We are fully ready, and we know that if they come, and we will not wait for them to invade us. Our leader used to say that we must attack them. They are not going to bring the war to our land. We will take it to them.
Right.
Please, let us really work on it. Thank you very much, my brother. That is what.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much for your advice. It's very welcomed. There's no doubt about it. The only thing that Shetima does not really understand is that you're not talking to children. This generation is different. I was in the first generation that fought the war. We were in our homes, you brought it to us, but today we are everywhere. In your backyard. Shetima doesn't know we are living with him. Let him bring it down. You are going to invade. Invade where? You're going to invade where? Biafra land. When Biafrans are living in your backyard. Who do you think you are? Bring it down. Bring it down. Start it. Not just talking. When you run your mouth, people are giving him relevance. Like I said before, I sometimes I try to avoid certain things, but you know, as a human being, I go to address them. They're like this one. You want to invade Biafra land. You want to come to attack IPOB. Please do so. Don't sing it as a song. A thief, just come like a thief in the night, because we are prepared. We are not going to give up our land. We are not going to give up our land. The only thing you have to understand, Shetima, Yerima, whatever you call yourself, is that any territory that we win out of war, we are not going to give it up. We are not. If you force us to come to Abuja, to take some part of Abuja, we are not going to give it up at the end of the war, because like our leader just said, if we come a point, they will say, okay, everybody stay where you are. Stop all aggressions. Remain where you are. So wherever we are, if we are in your backyard, in wherever you live in Kaduna, we are going to own that place forever and ever and ever. There's nothing you're going to do about it. Right now, we are saying, leave our land, leave us to stay in our homes. That's where we belong. Our home is our home. We do not want to take your land. But if you think that it can be foolish and so stupid as to drag us to your place to come and fight, and you think we'll finish, we're going to go away? No. We're going to have a territory of Biafra in Kaduna. We are not looking for that now, but if you force us to come there and fight, we're not going to lose our lives and everything and then go away from there. The same thing that's happening to our brother, our cousins. And they created their small, tiny Israel. They gave them their small state. You guys think that because they are there, you can now run over them. You went over there in how many days war? You lost Jerusalem. That's the way it's going to happen. And they are not going to go away from there. That is their land. That has been their father's land. It's the same thing with us. You can think you can come and threaten us. You are going to invade us. Come, bring it down. Bring it down. Lotta, come and do it and let us see, not just talking about it.
The MP, Harriet Hannon, has she not been here to discuss anything? No, she hasn't. She hasn't said a word. Her own constituents have written to her. She doesn't say anything. So what is going on? What is going on? Why has nobody from the Foreign Commonwealth Office mentioned Mazi Kanu? How can you have a British citizen travelling on a British passport kidnapped in Kenya on June the 19th? He was tortured for 8 days before being extraordinary rendition back to Nigeria. Why was he extraordinary rendition back to Nigeria when he's a British citizen? Has nobody behind these windows asked that question? How can you all remain silent? How can you all pretend that you can't see anything going on? It's all over social media. Catriona Lang, the High Commissioner for the UK in Abuja, has done nothing. She gets tagged in every single tweet that tweets about Mazi Kanu and extraordinary rendition. She doesn't reply to anybody. You ask a question, she blocks you. Is that really someone in her position? Is that really something she could be doing? She's done nothing at all. She's a representative of the UK in Nigeria. She represents British citizens in Nigeria. Why has she not represented Mazi Kanu? Why is the total silence? You've got another protest next to us here, a lady called Nazanin. Nobody's helping her either. She's a British citizen. What is going on in this country? The 67 to 70 Biafran war, it wasn't a war. It was a genocide, and the UK was complicit in genocide. The UK is complicit in genocide now, today. It's happening again. Yet why do we not hear about it? You go 20 yards away, the BBC cameras are there, the ITV cameras are there. Why does the BBC and ITV not cover Biafra? If what was going on in Nigeria was happening in any other Commonwealth country, it would be all over our news. So why is it not reported? It's not reported because the British government is still looting all the resources in Nigeria. Biafra on its own would be a world leader in any way you can think of, one of the richest countries on earth. But the UK can't let that happen. Because if the UK lets that happen, it has to start paying for the resources, of which all the oil that it gets now is given free. How can you put oil above thousands and thousands of people's lives, slaughtered on a daily basis? Catriona Lang, who works for this office, is fully aware of it. What's her response? Her response is to go on Twitter and start dancing with the Fulani terrorists who are committing these atrocities. How is that right? Ask yourself a question. How can we stay silent when this is happening? You can turn a blind eye. You can remain silent. You can do nothing at all. But don't ever turn around and say you didn't know what was going on, because you know exactly what's going on and you're doing nothing about it. It is absolutely shameful. Boris Johnson, what's he doing? He's doing nothing. Buhari is dead. Buhari died in London in February 2017.
That's right.
He died in London in 2017. So why do you still put this charade out that Buhari's coming to London? Buhari's coming for medical treatment. The man died in 2017.
Yes.
And when that comes out, seriously, the UK will look the biggest fools on earth. The death certificate's there. It's all written.
That's right.
There's proof he died in London. He's buried in Saudi Arabia. And yet you keep that quiet as well. How can you keep quiet that a president of a country died 4 years ago and you're still portraying him coming here for hospital treatment? Is that not a farce?
Cover up.
It's a total cover-up. A total corrupt cover-up by a totally corrupt government. But when Biafra comes, then we will see who laughs. Because it won't be the UK. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra.
Don Prince Victor Ipob Mado Anyadwegun Biafra deje no Obia Ije Freedom na udo ka ina rio Anya choli hip hop bara menu Aye bunde Biafra bunde judo na aga obi makiro makeju na aga ni Oga de kwa rai na ma Omo Biafra tekene Biafra na sako Ibo we madu no Ibo we madu na sako Omo Biafra de Biafra na sako No Ibo we madu na sako Eji megu mekine Chifu nna kikana Otogbo ga-adịrị mma onye eze na ọdụgboro dị mma ọkwa ndị solo gili n'ụwa akọrọ oge ogili lacha ọkwa osisi bụrụ otolo emesego ma kwere ọkwa anyị ma n'ọnọdụ ugo ọdụrụ na-egbe mma ọkwa okoko onye arụ a na-achụwa ya ọsọ otu ekwesị eliko nri ọ ga-ejikwe n'ogologo ngaji dike Kanu gị bụ na London dike Kanu gị bụ na Israel Dike Kanu gị bụ na Russia Dike Kanu gị bụ na India Dike Kanu gị bụ na Biafra Nnamdi Kanu Dike Kanu gị bụ na Biafra Nsogbu enyi mba enyi nsogbu enyi mba enyi anyị ga-asọgbu ndị ilo enyi mba enyi nsogbu enyi mba enyi ụmụ Igbo niile tekene Igbo nwe mmadụ anasago onwe mmadụ nọ ewo ọ dịwola anyị Igbo nwe mmadụ anasago onye wele kesi zanye n'osisale my blood onye wele nke chukwu nye n'chukwu okike obiọma onye give God what belongs to him and gives his what belongs to him as we seek for peace and humanity it's not at all profanity there are lots of people that's killing each other I want to wipe my blood down I'm a Biafra I join I'm forgetting the middle I'm forgetting the middle Nsobu enyi mba enyi Nsobu enyi mba enyi Nsobu enyi mba enyi Sobu ndị lanyi enyi mba enyi Kanu, let my people go.
Biafra natago.
Let my people, let my people.
Igbo we mada natago.
Nilo lopuke na nya Kanu.
Biafra natago.
Igbo we mada no.
Igbo we mada natago.
Ojude ne lapudene, nude na bulanu. Mana nya pulo nude ne nuwa. Iyo toto, I want to know something. Make una hear me. Ibulu nwa Biafra na tabamuno. Make una come back oh. Make una come back oh. Can you do the no bodani oh? Ibu pota ibu exporter. Natabanuno. Natabanuno. Can you do the no bodani? Natabanuno. Need no bodani oh. Need no bodani. Epo to kwa na bani oh. Ship na bakwa na bani oh. Oye dikwa na la bani oh. Moya kudi na bani oh. Iye ni ne dimma. Odikwa na la bani oh. Nataba no. Kanyi doze no bodani. Umi bo kompa. Kanyi doze no bodani.
Otiye nwata weli aka elu. Akafuwa yufu owetu aka o. Jehovah kesopusaro Israel nakaferu. Bilie natara yokerani o. Balie natara yokerani chuko. Bilie natara yokerani o. Biafra bukanyi o. Obudama Biafra bukanyi o. Ala chuku tere manu.
Nzobu eyi nzobu eyi mba eyi nzobu ha eyi mba eyi anya zobu nundeno eyi mba eyi nzobu eyi eyi nzobu eyi mba eyi IPOB nzobu eyi mba eyi nzobu eyi mba eyi asikwa m n'igwe dike o
Biafra natago.
Giligili bụ igwe eze nwanne m o
Igbo we mada natago.
Ọ dị ihe nwata ya lapụrụ ya aka o
Biafra natago.
Akafuwa bụ ofu n'ige ewepụ ya na
Igbo we mada natago.
From 7th April 2022,
The selling and eating of nama, also known as cow meat,
is forbidden in Biafra land. Be warned. From 7th April 2022,
the selling and eating of nama, also known as cow meat,
is forbidden in Biafra land. Be warned.
All right. That's a very good warning. 7th of April. From that day on, anybody really nama, that's your own, with totally forbidden. Just the way you cannot drink alcohol in the north, alcohol business is banned there. So we're also banning the cow nama business, not cow meat. Nama business, we have a FEB, we have goat's meat, Igbo goat, not be Ewu Hausa, and actually Ewu Hausa na bani. That's the point. It's our land. We say what happens if they can ban us from drinking alcohol in their place, and we abide by it. There is no reason why we cannot do the same thing in our home. Yeah, they throw the first punches. We are only there to defend ourselves. If you land the first punch, we are not going to sit down there and watch. We're going to throw back the punch, and that's exactly the way it is. This is Radio Biafra. This morning we spoke a lot of things about, like I said before, Ukraine and Russia, whatever they are doing over there. Not that because we are insensitive to it. No, we are not taking part in anything. We're not discussing it because of our own problem. Our problem is our freedom. That's what we are questing for, and that's what we are going to get, regardless of what they say. The so-called threat by Yetima Sherima that they are coming to invade. I don't know what they mean by invade, because when you say you are invading, if you leave your home and come to our land to invade, we are living in your backyard, we think we are going to keep quiet. Of course, it's not going to happen. That thing, you know, you are talking about war all the time. That's what we know him for. But that's now what a grandma now war. The war is not something that you want to see, because what you are looking for, when you see it, I hope you will stand. You will not be able to stand it. It's not just making the noise and bluffing with the name of a dead man. The Buhari is dead. You don't have any president. And the people of Nigeria, they are not asking questions. How come with all these charges that they are looking for charges to press against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are trying to avoid that particular line where he said that the man is dead. They don't want to put it in the charge, because putting it in the charge means you have to prove that the man is alive, and that will expose them. No, they try to avoid it. They try to say all kinds of things. They are in fact looking for charges. They don't even see what charge to place. But that particular singular charge, at least if nothing else, is a sedition. Is you're insulting the man. You said he's dead. You've told the whole world that the man is dead. The man will come out and say, look at me, I'm not dead, I'm alive. Like Obasanjo did. He said they can't pay when they said he was dead. And coming to Obasanjo again, I said it today and I'm saying tomorrow, and I will say it every other day in my life, that he is part of this problem. He is in fact, he's the principal person in this whole problem. He is very much aware that the man they call Muhammad Buhari is not Buhari. Obasanjo is aware, no matter how he tries to diplomatically dodge it. I don't know what he's afraid of. At a certain age in your life, Obasanjo should be like 79 years old, if not by 80s, official age. Hasn't he lived long enough to realize that God has given him grace? You know, there's a certain time you live in your life and you start thinking about your friends, people that run around with you. You discover that most of them have passed on, and you are still here healthy and talking. Why won't you be grateful to God? Because God is giving you a chance to change. He's giving you a chance to make the truth, to speak up the truth and say what is right. When I speak, some people say, what about Sibanjo, who is the vice president? Well, Sibanjo's case, I understand. Not that I understand, but at least it's more excusable, because with him, he is the vice president. He knows that the man that is working with there is not his boss. That's not the man that was sworn in with him. He's very much aware of that, 100% sure. But what can he do? One, he has not stolen enough money, so he doesn't want to lose that office, hoping that one day somebody will crack this thing and then he'll become president. I don't want it to be that they say, oh, he is saying this because he wants to be the president. No, he's not the one that said it, somebody else said it. But how does he sleep at night? With the Bible in his head, because he says he's supposed to be a pastor. So he knows the Bible. He's a man of God, a man of God. The common name that they like to answer. You know, answering that name for them, it's something that is very honorable. But the point is that none of them ever lives anywhere close to what they claim to be. Honorably, you can resign, throw in and say, you know, for my health purposes, I'm not going to be doing this job anymore. I'm going for medical treatment. Just go out there and they'll put somebody else. And by the time you get back, you say, I'm too sick to be in office. You go and steal the money where you don't thief. You go chop them peacefully. But today, you are not in, you are not out. Your leg is not there. You are not out here. Because you want to remain in office perpetually. You want to remain there because you are afraid. You don't know what might happen. I don't blame you, Sibanjo, as much as I blame the Olusegun Obasanjo. Because Obasanjo can end this crisis in Nigeria in just a world conference that might not last for 15 minutes. Tell them there. Tell the British people, call all of them. Say, listen, this thing that you created, I have suffered for it. I have been in the war. God is keeping me alive. Today, I'm going to tell you the truth. The man there is not Buhari. He died in your country. And you decided to lie to the world. Even the Queen Elizabeth herself, she's been in her 90s today. She signed a condolence and they told her, no, don't, we're going to switch. And they brought in somebody else to become Buhari. Nigerians are watching every evidence. The first visit they went to see him, he was sitting down there, he was not talking to anybody. Because he was studying the people, he doesn't know who they are. Because that is not Buhari. Now they left, they came back, the rats and cockroaches pursue him. He cannot enter his office because the biometrics did not work, because that is not Buhari. It took them many months to open up. The wife is making a statement indirectly, my husband's office has been taken over, where are the men? Nobody read the meaning into it. Much later she comes, I'm going to build a university in memory of my husband. Nobody read the meaning into it. In memory, you don't build memory in memory of people who are alive. Recently, I heard them saying something about the second Niger Bridge. It's going to be in the memory of Muhammad Buhari. It's going to be named Buhari Bridge. And the man is still alive. Nnamdi doesn't know he has an airport. He died long before the airport was even named after him. So Nigerians should wake up. We as the ones killing ourselves suffering. I know, like I said, people who are in the helm of affairs that are supposed to speak the truth, they are not saying anything. That is why it is difficult. That is why we see that this thing is going to remain like this perpetually until somebody wakes up one day to say, enough is enough. This is the truth. Because Fulani, there's a Fulanization policy that has been going on. This is taking so many years. But you know, like I said before, if you're an old person, you have made a mistake, just find something. I'll tell you a little story before I go. My time is up. There's a little girl that the mother passed on, and the father married a new wife who was not very good in keeping herself to her husband. She always had a boyfriend that will come to the house when the father is not there. And this little girl was about 7 years old, 7 or 8 years old, was looking for a way to tell the father that there's a man that comes here to sleep with mommy when you go to work. And it was difficult for her. She didn't know how to start the story. So one day the father came back, the father was eating. And then the little girl was sitting next to the father. And all of a sudden the girl said, the father looked at her and said, what is wrong with you, Obanje? The man continued eating. And the girl said, The father said, what is the problem? Are you all right? Is he from Kanu blue bed? He was trying to tell the father that the mothers, because the father came back suddenly and the man went to the bed to hide. So Obasanjo, you had the option. Somebody asked you, is it true that that Buhari is dead? That is an opportunity for you to say, you know something, that man is dead. Come out and say it to the world. All you said was, can you tell us that Buhari died and we don't know? You have lost that opportunity, and I don't know if it's going to ever come back to you. So what you need to do is tell the world the truth so that the world will move on. Nigeria is not going to go anywhere until the truth is revealed. This is Radio Biafra. We're going to be on the air this time. Tomorrow is another day. And as we speak, I still have to remind you that Biafra is our religion. And Radio Biafra, that's where we worship. Stay tuned, please. Don't go away.
Have that, that motherly instinct, that empathy, to empathize everybody. I felt rather very foolishly that these two women will see the victims of the slaughter by the Nigerian army as their own children and do what is right. But because of money, Fulani has given them money. Because of money, they are now writing what is in essence rubbish to justify the killing of other people's children. Two women responsible for this nonsense. The government reported 2 deaths connected with the event, but the army did not kill any of them. The one found where the army stormed died of trauma, which means
If it were the army, or if it were to be the army that shot him or her dead, you would have seen bullet wounds on the body. The one that had bullet wounds was recovered where the army did not go to. Do you see how they are consultant? Basically, Nigerian consultants in America wrote this report for the State Department and just published it. And we are all black people in Africa. Every day we claim we are suffering. Every day we claim that our quality of life is so poor. Every day we claim we're impoverished, but we are the ones responsible for bringing this mess on top of our heads. This type of nonsense couldn't have happened in a place like Japan, because the Japanese people are one people, one culture, one value system, one social configuration. But in Nigeria, you don't have Biafra is different from Oduduwa. Oduduwa is different from Arewa, Fulani Janjaweed. Fulani Janjaweed is even different from those in the Middle Belt. We are not together. We are not one people. That is why a white man can come in and tell us, after what we have seen with our two naked eyes, telling us that what we now saw is different. What you saw at Lekki Tollgate is not the truth. The white man has spoken. I weep for we black people, and I weep for Africa, because the problem is that it's like a black man enjoys suffering. A black man loves to be subjugated. It's like a black man loves to be a slave. A black man, I don't know what it seems to me that if our existence is not validated by a white man, we shouldn't exist at all. Lies by U.S. State Department Africa Desk. A second body was found somewhere outside Lagos that had bullet wounds. I'm reading you the report itself. The government acknowledged, according to the United States government, acknowledged that soldiers armed with live ammunition were present at Lekki Tollgate. Now, who shot those people that Amnesty said died? Let's say 10, for instance. It's still not the army. At year's end, the Lagos State Judicial Panel of Inquiry and Restitution continued to hear testimony and investigate the shooting at Lekki Tollgate. That's the end of that's it. End of story. And let me tell you how evil these people are. I want to tell you how evil the Africa desk at US State Department. I want to tell you that these people are demonic. They are demonic. They are possessed by loose. They are demonic. Satan is working with them. There's another section called disappearance. I'll read the report for you as well. In August 2019, to mark the International Day of Disappeared, Amnesty International issued a statement calling on the government to release immediately hundreds of persons who had been subjected to enforced disappearance and held in secret detention facilities across the country without charge or trial. They are talking about Biafrans airlifted from Obibo, but they cannot say it. Because if they say these are Biafrans airlifted from Obibo being held in secret detention facilities, the world will ask questions regarding Biafra. So they never mentioned any names. Are you following? Now, they just gave only one paragraph to this. What the Nigerian Army, Police, DSS are doing. This is from America. Only one paragraph. Now, they now proceeded to say, criminal groups, this is America, criminal groups abducted civilians in the Niger Delta. They never mentioned the North. They never mentioned Fulani bandits kidnapping every day. Every day, the first place they jumped was Niger Delta, which is Biafra land. They cannot say Biafra, so they say Niger Delta, because the idiots that call themselves Niger Delta don't understand the divide and rule mentality that these people are using to cage them in their ignorance. That is why Ogoni has not been cleaned. Nobody can ask, why is it that Ogoni land has not been cleaned after all these years? They fail to understand one simple fact. If you allow yourselves to be divided, it makes it easier for your enemies to conquer you. If you're a conquered people, why would they clean Ogoni land if you're a conquered people? Now listen, the one paragraph to what Nigeria is doing, kidnapping, locking up people and executing people extrajudicially. Now they say criminal groups. They never refer to Nigeria as a criminal group or kidnapping people. No, not at all. once you're kidnapped by the Nigerian state, you are a victim. You are gone. America will not look for you. It's even Britain as encouraged. United Kingdom are the ones encouraging the Nigerian government to do it, to put fear in people so you cannot fight for your right. Now listen, they said criminal groups abducted civilians in Niger Delta, the southeast. Have you heard them now? And the northwest. What Fulani bandits are doing in the Middle Belt, in Benue and Plateau, America did not mention it all. I want you to remember again what I told you before about the $30 billion war chest El Rufai and his team they have at their disposal to bribe anybody bribable in the world. Let's say you are Biden. Are you going to say no to a $1 billion bribe from Nigeria? The answer is no, you will take it. You will take it. I don't care who you are, you will take it. That's what they do. Do you know America said that people in the Southeast are kidnapping people and abducting them for ransom? I want the US ambassador to tell me the day that any group from the East, I mean Biafra land, kidnapped anybody and said pay us ransom. Where? What date? They don't have it. But we are here. They said we are bandits. Do you see how they lie? And this report, because it was written by white people, you know, they see we black people as liars, and so sometimes with some justification, of course. Because this report was written by white people, it is gospel. You understand? Nobody can question it. It's by whites now. You're a nigger, you're black. Who's going to listen to you? Nobody. After all, as their warped reasoning convinces them, you're black because God hates you. That's why you're black. That is why every other race can climb on top of you and do whatever they want to do, because you're black. And moreover, you hate yourselves anyway, and you cannot reason or think properly. America is now saying Niger Delta, Southeast, which is Biafra land, and the Northwest, not Northeast, where the rages, where Fulani banditry is in abundance, often to collect ransom payments. And I want to ask the US ambassador, when did you hear that anybody collected ransom in the Southeast? Or South for that matter? When? Where? When? In the last year? This is your yearly report. When? But you have put us here. So when diplomats are reading this all over the world, they say, oh, there are bandits. Also, Igbos are bandits as well. Now, are you following me? Now, do you understand the game they're playing? You have to be intelligent to understand how these people play this game. Some of you may see it as just a report. It's just a report by a State Department, and you dismiss it. We are not dismissing it. We are taking it very seriously, because we have no criminal groups in the East. None whatsoever. And nobody collected any ransom. None whatsoever. He said, and now, listen carefully, they said, now, for example, they now want to give example. America wants to give you an example of these criminal groups they're talking about in Niger Delta, in the Southeast. For example, they now gave an example with what is happening in Katsina State. Not in the Southeast. There is no example here of any kidnapping for ransom anywhere in the South, so-called, or Southeast. None. The example they gave was from the North. And now they came back and they said that Nigerian pirates, listen, they said before there was criminality. And mind that pirates operate in the sea, not on land. But when they were talking about criminal groups, they said that these criminal groups were based on the ground. Now, when they want to give us an example as to what these criminal groups may have done, they gave us an example with piracy in the sea. And piracy is being done by Fulani people in Nigerian Navy. They are the ones doing the piracy. These are Janjaweed, this Fulani is naval, the zoo naval officers, the criminal elements amongst them who are doing piracy. Not any Biafran. But of course, US wrote it down. They said other parts of the country also experienced a significant number of abductions. Prominent and wealthy figures were often targets of abductions, as well as religious leaders, regional government leaders, police officers, and all the rest of them. They gave us another example. The Emir of Potiskum, Alhaji Umar Bubaram, and his convoy were attacked. They did not give us an example. This was last year of anything that happened in Biafra land, but they criminalized all of us. That's how they roll. Now you understand it? So when you go and you're saying to diplomats all over the world that these are what Fulani people are doing to us, killing us every day, they'll say, oh no, but you people are also criminals. America said so. It's called equalization. So from being on the offensive, you now become defensive. Now you can now see how United States Africa desk is trying to justify Fulani banditry in Biafra land. Because if you're chasing them, all of you are criminals. But we should fold our hands and allow them to attack us as they have done repeatedly, both in Ebonyi and also in Enugu State. That was why Sahara Reporters of all people said that Nigerian army currently engaging ESN operatives in gun battle in Nsukka. And I have said this thing to Yoruba journalists all the time. You people are the cause of the suffering of all our peoples today. All ethnic nationalities, the journalists you have in Nigeria, you people are the problem. You people like the United States Africa desk inside the State Department, you people are making it a lot more easier for our conquerors to come in to conquer us. ESN is not in any battle with Nigerian army in and around Nsukka. No. We are battling Fulani terrorists. Now the Nigerian army came and joined them because that was their plan from ab initio to come to take over our land. Do you understand? They gave military uniforms to Fulani terrorists. They are not army personnel. They are terrorists. I don't know why Sahara Reporters will say that this is of Nigerian army currently engaging ESN. No, not at all. ESN is engaging Fulani terrorists that have come to rape, to kill, to pillage, to take over our land, and we have said no to that. They are the ones we are battling. Nigerian army now joined them, or should I say, gave them army uniforms, gave them weapons to be fighting indigenous people. America will not report this. Now, if America will not report it, we force them to report it. Let me tell you one thing that you do not know. When ANC was fighting for liberation of the black people in South Africa, they were called all sorts of names. Successive US governments put ANC on the terrorist watch list. Margaret Thatcher was insistent that she would not speak to Nelson Mandela, that Nelson Mandela is a terrorist, or was a terrorist then. Did it stop South Africans from becoming free? Do you know one thing? Because they knew what they wanted. They were very tenacious. They were insistent, and to their credit, they engaged white people, especially in the UK, to fight their cause for them. It wasn't black South Africans or black people in the UK that fought to collapse apartheid. No, white English men and women, white Scottish men and women, white Welsh people, white Irish people came out and said evil is evil. And apartheid fell. That is the mode, that is the mindset we must have at all times. We must engage local people, local populations to help us fight this invisible enemy. That invisible enemy are neo-colonialists, those in State Department, those at Whitehall in England, in London, using black people in Africa to present a narrative that will help in perpetuity hold us down in slavery. They are using black people to do this very work, this very dirty work. This is something you must understand and be able to rise above. I am now telling Sahara Reporters and the publisher and whoever is there writing this junk, you people are aiding and abetting the excesses of the Nigerian security forces. Let me also remind them, my Yoruba brethren, no, they are journalists. It is this type of journalism that made it possible for Fulani to take over your land. Not only take a lot from you, they took a lot from you. That's number one. Now they have sent some of you into exile in Benin Republic. It is this type of reportage, this type of journalism, junk gutter journalism, You never knew that Fulani were there terrorizing our people in Nsukka. All these years, you never reported that. They went to Ebonyi, killed us, ran to Nsukka, because we said we'll find them. We have found them, and we're engaging them. And Nigerian army have come to support them. The same way, that is how your own village, maybe somewhere around Ogumusho, will be taken over by them. You know the funniest thing? Shame won't even allow you to report it. That's why I said to Yoruba journalists, you see, the more you write all this, your junk in support of Fulani Janjaweedism, the day they attack you, shame won't allow. That is why there are Yoruba people in Benin Republic as refugees, but you cannot write about it because you are ashamed of yourselves. These are the things you need to understand. And as I have said before, and I will continue to say, Black people should stop allowing themselves to be used by white people to work against their own collective national interest or survival as a people. Any day we realize this, we would have survived it. Now is the time for uprising. America will not save you. Britain will instead, they will join your oppressors to kill all of you. We must rise up, and the time is now. They said troops of the Nigerian army are currently battling gunmen suspected to be, we are not gunmen. We are Eastern Security Network securing our land against Fulani Janjaweedism, or should I say, Janjaweed tendencies. The Nigerian army have joined them. That is why anywhere you have Fulani terrorist camp, nearby is a military bar. Across the entire length and breadth of Biafra, anywhere you have the Nigerian army, nearby is a Fulani terrorist camp. And these are people they told us are from Niger, they're from Senegal, they're from Gambia, they're from Chad, they're from Niger. They're not Nigerians, mind you. That's what they told us in the beginning. I don't know where our brain goes to sometimes. I have no idea what happened. Hey, Lord have mercy. I have never seen a more idiotic race. I have never seen. How can will a white man allow himself to be used against his own country? Black people, why can't you reason? Why are you allowing yourselves to be used? Is it because there is something demonic inside you? What is it about you people? What is it about you people that you can never ever understand? What is wrong with you people? I ask. What is wrong with you people? Blacks, what is wrong with you? They can never reason very well. May Lord have mercy upon you. So those of them writing and saying ESN is battling the army joined them, and we need to battle them. You're joining terrorists to come and kill our people in and around Nsukka, in fact, Enugu and Debunking. And you want us to keep quiet? You must be dreaming. You must be joking. So we can go on exile to maybe to Ambazonia and become refugees inside Ambazonia. Is that what you want? As Yorubas are now refugees in Benin Republic. Yoruba journalists, have you seen what you've done to yourself? Out of shame, you cannot report what is happening to your people, what the Fulanis are doing. Out of shame. And it's like a virus. The more you ignore it, the more it's eating inside you. The day they come out in the open, Yoruba land is gone. That is why I support every frontline Oduduwa activist. I support them with everything that I have. I will support them. They are the ones that have realized that you people are in trouble. An average, corrupt, idiotic Yoruba journalists have still not realized what is happening. They don't know. The Gani Adams of this world and the Buhos of this world, they have come to realize what is going on. But your average Yoruba journalist is still living in a fool's paradise. In a fool's paradise. That's something you must understand. So I want to correct this stupid thinking that we are battling the army. No, we are battling terrorists. If they're in Nigerian military uniform, if they're in front of us, ESN will battle them. ESN will battle them. All that time they were saying, oh, don't form Amoteku. Amoteku is bad. Yeah, our country, our unity, our unity. They were busy planting Fulani terrorists in Yoruba forests. You don't know that? Has it not come out now in the open? By the time they realized it was too late. Now Amoteku is incapacitated. That's idiot IYKE. He's saying he's forming a group to defend him. And he went to Nigerian police, the same people who are terrorizing and killing us. aiding and abetting Fulani Janjaweedism are the people that he engaged to defend him. 400 people, only 400. C41, he's a C4I, he's a stupidity is a disease. You heard Omahi crying. Saint of, I loved you, I did everything for you. I was even against my people because of you. Now you have come to kill me. The same Fulani. And as I tweeted, the same thing Afonja said. I want Yoruba journalists to go back to history, read about Afonja, the same idiocy, the same nonsense, the same garbage you're doing today because Tinubu wants to be president, the same thing Afonja did, and you lost a Lauren. You are not ashamed of yourselves. If that cannot shame you, nothing on earth will shame you. You have no shame. We are not fighting anybody. We must fight this scourge called Nigeria. We must fight back with all that we have. Nobody is going to save us but ourselves. I'm telling you, nobody. America is gone. America is now a nation without conscience. That very grace that God gave to USA, they are misusing it. And they will take it from them and give it to China. Are you hearing me? Very soon, USA will no longer be the greatest country on the face of this very earth, because they have now firmly aligned themselves with the forces of darkness. That purpose for which God made the USA, they are no longer serving it. They are serving the interest of darkness and evil. And you see what God will do to them. You take it away from them, unless they repent. Unless they repent. You are telling me in this day and age, America is absorbing what is in essence a dictatorship. They are absorbing the murderous tendencies of these scavenging invaders from the Sahel because of oil and gas. Oh dear. Lord have mercy. We are confronting Fulani terrorists from the Sahel and all their sympathizers in the army, police, and the navy with the help of the British. We must face them. And as I pray every day to Elohim, we're in your hands, we're your children, you created us. Ihechiwa is in the land of Biafra. The land where the light of God shines. That's the meaning of the word Ihechiwa in Arochukwu. Ihechiwa. The land where the light of God is shining. Anything you like, you can do with us. You Elohim, anything you like, you can. If you say that Janjaweed will take us over, they will take us over. You are God. Anything you like, you do with us. And I never knew who I was before I was born, or I gained consciousness maybe around the age of 4 or 5. I was aware of my surroundings. You are God. You made us. Anything you like, you do with us. But you're telling us that you created us so that we can become slaves to people who are now slaves to other people. Hi. Second-tier slavery. No, it's not good. That is why you must come to the rescue of your children. That is why you must infuse into our brains, into our being, a level of consciousness that will allow us to realize the danger that we are in and hurry up to extricate ourselves from it. We are surrounded by enemies. Not just Biafrans, Yorubas are also, they're also surrounded. Middle Belt is gone. Middle Belt was the one Nigeria. Are they not gone? They are gone. They are renaming towns inside Benue. They are renaming towns. They have taken over the whole of Plateau. They are now in Benue renaming towns after Fulani people. And all of you are there shouting, one Nigeria, our country Nigeria, our unity, our restructuring. Whilst they are eating deeply inside you, like a very dangerous disease. By the time they come to the fore, you become disemboweled, I'm telling you. They will cut you open. They will rip you apart. That is what's happening in the zoo. The sooner Nigeria ends, the better for everybody. You need to end Nigeria to make lives better. Look at how what they have done in the army, you see how clever they are. Even the governors you have, they are the ones that put them in power. Everybody that you have, you call your political leader or Igwe or Oba, they are the ones that put the person in power. You now report to Fulani, Fulani will report to United Kingdom. You are a second-tier slave, not even number one. Fulani is number one slave. They know how foolish, how frivolous, how idiotic the Fulanis are. They are the ones to be used because they know that the Fulanis hate their own fellow black people in Africa. They know that very well. They did their research. These are intelligent people. We must be prepared to die for what we believe in, for freedom. If you're not prepared to die for freedom, freedom will never come. It can never ever come. It's a very expensive undertaking. Ask Americans, the original Americans, not these fake ones you have now. After Obama became the president, I knew that America would become irredeemably corrupt. America went to the dogs after the presidency of Obama, and it can never recover again. Because Obama is evil. Evil personified. I'm saying it live on that the whole world may hear. Obama is evil, and America will regret it from generation to generation to come. Now, I want to make this very clear to everybody listening. We are defending our land. We are defending our land against foreign bandits, foreign Fulani killers and murderers. If the army decides to join them, that's entirely their business. Some people are asking us, you know, those idiots, they used to ask us, where is their defense fund? Where is this? Where is that? Go to Nsukka, to the front line, you see it in action. You're asking us all these stupid questions. You think we are as foolish as you are. Do you know that your Fulani friends came to Ebonyi State and killed over 20 people and ran to Nsukka? We pursued them all the way to Nsukka and we're engaging them. And you're just writing and yapping the rubbish because you're a fool. A third-tier slave you are. Third-tier slave. And in Saudi Arabia, the Nigerian government they're helping Niger Republic people. They build railway for them. They do everything because the dead Buhari is from Niger Republic, in whose name they are ruling you. Come on to come out and say that Buhari is dead. None of you. Not. God forbid you people. You know, now I now know the reason why. Was it Jesus that said in the Bible, from those who do not have, they will take and give to those that have. You know, black people will have nothing, at least mentally. But they're taking from us and giving to white people. You understand it? Because our foolishness is beyond redemption. They're helping Niger. You see, it's in the news. Evacuation in Nigeria consulate. They are processing the one for Niger citizens first before their own people. And what's happening to this? They are slaves. They are housemaid. They are slaves in Arabia. Voluntary slavery. Black people without shame. You know, we have no shame. That's why things are the way they are with us. And those of them saying, count us out of secessionism. We are indigenous people, we are aborigines. That's what they said to Yoruba. Now they are refugees in the Republic. You know, you people are fools, you know, you can't reason very well. That's what they will say. Oh, we are on our own. We want to be on our own. Whereas Sokoto Caliphate, they claim are together with Hausa. Did they, all these dancing naked in public that you people are doing, are they doing it? They said, we are from Bayelsa, Rivers, Akwa Ibom and Cross River, Brack. Coastal Aborigines say they are not in support of agitation for secession. And I keep asking them, people talk this nonsense, idiotic white people talk this rubbish about secession. Nigeria became a country in 1960. People were born in 1950, 1940s, 1930s. How can they secede from something that they're older than? I don't know where our mentality, God forbid, what is wrong with the brain of a black man? How can I secede? I am older than something you're telling me to say I'm seceding from. My father, my mother, my grandparents, my uncles, they're older than Nigeria. Nigeria is only older than me by only 7 years. I am older than my people, my uncles are older than Nigeria. How can they secede from something that they're older than? So who were they before this secession rubbish came into being in 1960? Do you see how you people denigrate yourselves? Do you see how you insult yourselves? Do you see how you make a mockery of your education? Secessionist. Seceding from what? Something a white man created for his own amusement. How about my grandparents? How about my ancestors? Where are they from? I ask you. I ask you, where are my ancestors from? I am seceding from something that was formed only in 1960. The entire cabinet of Nigeria is older than Nigeria. Who were they before Nigeria was formed in 1960? I'm asking you, talking about secession. I am asking a simple question. Can you answer it? You cannot answer because you're black, you're stupid, you're idiotic, you have no brain. You cannot answer it. Can you? How can I secede from something that was born in 1960? God have mercy upon your ignorant souls, you black people. You are a shame, you're a disgrace to even your own selves. Secession, secession, secession. Seceding from what? I'm asking you. Something a white man created, and you're not even ashamed of yourself to use the word secession. Mad people everywhere. Brag. That's how they deceive you. The day they come to take your land, you'll be crying like a little baby. The history of Hausa people are there to remind you how not to treat the Fulani. The history of the Wagi people is there. The history of Nupe people is there. The history of the Bachama people are there for you to see, to learn from. You have history that you may learn. The history of Afonja in Yoruba land is there for you to learn how the Fulanis behave. But idiotically, you will never understand because you're black and you're useless. You are created by a white man. Nigeria is a product, is a racist product of a white man. You idiots, understand it for once. I have a few announcements to make. Some people are saying, before the announcement, some people say, Tinubu went to the north. I said, Yoruba and Fulani, they are one. We are one people. Somebody said the same thing a while ago, and the Lordin is gone. Kwara is gone. They've taken it, yet you cannot reason. You cannot think. Yoruba and the Fulani, they are one. If Yoruba and Fulani are one people, why did they not allow Awolowo to become the Prime Minister of Nigeria or the President of Nigeria, if they are one people? If they are one people, why did they not allow Abiola, who was even a very close friend of all of them? He was also a Muslim like yourself. Why did they not allow Abiola to emerge? They only allow the fool they feel comfortable with to emerge, like Obasanjo. Did Obasanjo vote for Awolowo? Why is it that I will never speak to Obasanjo until his death? Because Obasanjo voted for MPN. Obasanjo is a
white country. Imposition of sanctions from left and right. And guess who is talking? Britain. Britain is talking. You hear? You hear Boris Johnson? Oh, democratic principles. What are you doing in Nigeria? What are you doing to Biafrans? What are you doing to Biafrans? You're black. You will always be under them. They will never allow you. They will never allow you. You Biafrans. They will never allow you to be yourself. They will never allow you to shine. They will rather put confusion in you and never to organize yourselves. Katrina Lang is asking you, you graduates, you nurses and doctors, run away from your country. Come, we will harbor you. These are the same people that just told you, we don't have time for you when the war comes. We can't accept you influxing our country. But they are the ones telling you, as we burn your villages, as we instruct our agents to destroy your properties, we will give you a relief. And that relief is to allow you to come to Britain. And we will give you jobs. don't they have graduates just like you? Think about it. Don't they have grudges just like you? Why don't they give them those jobs? Why will they ask you to flee your ancestral land and come to London? In other words, they're exploiting you. They are exploiting democratic principles. When thousands leave, how many jobs do you have? Not many. Is it the industries that will provide the jobs? You don't have the industries. You don't have the ministries. Few people chasing few jobs. Thousands chasing the job of a permanent secretary. That's what we experience. Thousands chasing the job of librarian. And you're watching. Then as you leave to London to take up your job, the Fulanis will be busy occupying, filling up the space. When you go and come back, they will be at the top. And you will bring your certificate and your experience and go to them and say, Malam, I have been to London. I have been to the US. I have been to Germany. These are my qualifications and experience, which he does not have. And you will be under them. What gets to our people is greed, as we're experiencing today. Throw out the little crumbs, carrot, they'll take a bite. To understand what I'm saying, for those of you that like to fish like me, put a worm as a bait and put it in the stream like a fishing rod. What happens? The fish cannot resist. It cannot. Because they have been programmed to eat worm. Who knows the communication that goes amongst the fishes? Let's say there are 15 fishes around where you put that worm. Have you imagined the communication they will be having? The two will say, no, the next one that comes will be mine. You've taken a shot at that first worm. Now the second will be mine. You put it. The clever one will go by the side of the hook and strip the worm. And then when the bait stop moving, say, God damn it, they didn't catch anything. You put another one. All of a sudden, the float will start bubbling in. There you go, you wish it out. That's the one that took your bait. You cut it. They cannot resist worms. They cannot resist bait because they have been programmed for quick food. Food they can see, food they enjoy. Like wise us. Throw out the bait, throw out the carrot. Even if it means killing our brothers, we will do it just to take that bait. Even if it means killing our mothers, we'll do it just to get that bait. What shameless people. Our leader has sacrificed. Let me ask you a question. If our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had been vulnerable to corruption, do you think we will be here today? Do you think that we will be here today? No, we wouldn't. he would have taken it and damn all of us. Enjoy himself with his wife and family. And be in a pedestal where he can turn around and look at us running around like soldier ants. You know, when you speak soldier ants, you know what happens. The soldiers run around everywhere looking for the intruder. And the little ones, the workers, are ready to find you, fish you out, and give a signal. Here he is. Here is the intruder. Then you see the soldier ants. The soldiers themselves come to attack you. When they overwhelm you, you'll be seeing bits and pieces of you gone. It is a fact. Our leader has done tremendously very well. His love for us is unquestionable. How many of us can emulate? How many of us can duplicate? Just a few. Just a few. And when we do these things, we say we are here, we have arrived, we are intelligent, and we are smart. And nobody questions your academic proficiency. We don't question it. What we question is your character, your behavior, your integrity. Are we up to the task? The operas and the Mbadiwes, they have done their noble best. Did we follow their footsteps? No. We did not. Those that tried to did very well. But the policy put in place prohibited you from going further. Most people with bank account were given 20 pounds. Regardless of your bank balance, they have given you a signal, rehabilitation. To rehabilitate you, you were given 20 pounds, regardless of if you have 3,000, 4,000, 10,000 pounds in your bank account, which the normal and the notable bank was the Barclays Bank and UBA. And I think the Standard Bank or whatever, they gave you 20 pounds. And the 20 pounds, within 6 months, you were very, very crafty to use it and propel ahead of those that have been enjoying your wealth, that scammed you. They took your money and never thought that you will excel. You excelled. And today, you are better off. You are doing what they never thought you will do. What is our problem? Greed. The political jamboree was what put us in trouble. And let's listen to Kwankwaso. Let's listen to Kwankwaso for those of us that are betraying their people for political jamboree in Nigeria. Those that you think are intelligent, those that you think are well informed, have you checked their background? Have you checked where they come from? Have you checked their activities? But they are your governors. Most of them, they have setups in abroad. And spook them, they run away. And you have a leader, Mazi Nnamdi, who is abroad, who wants to come home. Tells you, give us date for referendum. Let the people decide what they want to do. Let the people tell you, we want to be free. Is that a crime? Instead, you're charging him for a treasonable felony. That means you don't know the name of, the meaning of treason. Or if Ukraine is yelling for freedom, so they are committing treason. If they are committing treason, why will Britain say, let them go? Why will Germany say, let them go? Eh? Why will Italy say, let them go? You see, when you don't value yourself, this is the way the world will treat you. We, African countries, that have subjected themselves to the will of the superpowers, we will continue to dwindle. We will continue to betray ourselves. The analogy of the fish and the bait applies to the continent of Africans, the dark continent. See them run around. What are we going to do? Bring arms, give them arms. You know, come on, we'll be around you. We will take truth to support. We will do that, but it's for you. They will stay in the UN and issue orders. We are not going to recognize you because you are removing our stooge. We know what's happening in Ukraine. And the person that said, not in my backyard, is taking action. Value yourself. Value yourself. Stop selling yourself. Stop underrating yourself. Stop working against your existence. Because at the end of the day, you will no longer be in existence, whether you believe it or not, whether you like it or not. The Aborigines of Australia, do you see what's happening to them? The cities. Papua New Guinea, I've mentioned them several times. In the 70s, they were barely known. They don't even know the Papua New Guinea. Until they started showing you the geographical landscape of Papua New Guinea. That was in the 70s. National Geographic, showing you birds of paradise. Little did we know that they were doing exploration of Papua New Guinea. The cameraman, since they went, the first expedition, they showed you their lifestyle. That they make their homes on the trees with ladder. They go there. And they showed you how they make their bridges. They survived. It became a weekly event. Then they started sending them reliefs. They started sending them clothing. They started sending them medicine. They started establishing offices for relief. They started showing them mirrors. Look at your face. This is the way you look. All of a sudden, they established authority. This is the government. Before you do this, come here and we will tell you what to do. Papua New Guinea is no longer Papua New Guinea. It's gone. Today, go and look at them. Go and look at their president. Go and look at their leaders. You will not believe that Papua New Guinea used to be black. Today, they are running for their lives. Today, you have mining companies. Today, you have tractors, earth-moving equipment. It has been ravished. People that knew little or no war, except tribal skirmishes, started having enemies. '70s. Today, Google Papua New Guinea. What for you to know the birds of paradise brought to you? They are gone. In the 80s, late 80s, the fight to end communism continued. The fight to end communism continued, and then we witnessed it. Today we are still talking about West and East. Is it? I don't know how to put it. We come. Let me put it in this way: New World Order. And Kwankwaso for Biafrans who do not learn, who are like fishes in the river, are still taking the bait. And they're actually working against themselves. They are actually working against the structure put in place to save them. They are actually attacking the messenger. They are attacking our leaders' structure. But they are the ones saying, we are behind you, our leader. Because of little worthless money. They don't deny it. But they are deceiving you, telling you we are working for our leader. You're not asking yourself, how are you doing that? Take your family, for instance. If somebody, your friend, your uncle, it tells you, I'm working to see that our father's legacy stays, and he brings down your father's house, destroys your father's structure, whatever that's been in place to show that your father existed, he removes them. Then descends on your children, on his children, descends on his wife or wives, and at the same time telling you, I am working to restore your father's legacy. You are playing politics. And they are telling you quite plainly, you will not rule over us. we will never allow you to rule over us, and then we will never allow you to control your future. Whatever it is that blocked our memory is beyond my imagination. If Nigeria is what it's supposed to be, if Nigeria is a country that has vision, we wouldn't be in this mess. For over 100 years, we wouldn't be in this mess.
Slogan for the national movement, a movement convened by Mr. Rabiu Kwankwaso, Nigeria's former Minister of Defense, a former governor of Kanu State, and former senator. A man whose speakers at this event says the best choice for president come 2023.
Turn by turn, oh, turn by turn. Turn by turn, oh, turn by turn.
Turn by turn. Turn by turn, whose turn? And the opening statement was democracy. Democracy. And you're saying turn by turn. A blunt lie. It's a blunt one. Democracy. Government of the people, for the people, by the people. But here you are telling us turn by turn. Is that democracy? Turn by turn by the Fulanis, not turn by turn by other Nigerians, Oduduwans, and Biafrans. Let me start it over and you hear it. Democracy. In word, not in deed.
Save democracy, rescue the nation. That's the slogan for the national movement, a movement convened by Mr. Rabiu Kwankwaso, Nigeria's former Minister of Defense, a former governor of Kano State, and former senator. A man whose speakers at this event says the best choice for president come 2023.
Turn by turn, oh, turn by turn. Turn by turn, oh, turn by turn. Turn by turn, Kwankwaso must lead. One by turn, Kwankwaso must lead.
I said, who should be the president 2023? Dr. Rabiu Musa. Dr. Rabiu Musa. Dr. Rabiu Musa.
They premised their call on the need for the national movement on the failings of government over the years, precisely what they describe as its inability to deliver the dividends of democracy to the Nigerian people.
As a Christian, while I was campaigning in Katsina and Zamfara and Sokoto, where the common people were donating money and helping me, they were even fueling my car. I never promised them that bandits were going to take over their land. I must apologize.
Amid cultural displays and more calls for a Kwankwaso presidency from representatives of Nigeria's geopolitical zones, Mr. Rabiu Kwankwaso speaks on patriotic leadership, urging politicians to put Nigeria first before politics.
In our view, everybody matters. And given the current nature of the political environment in this country, we must look beyond the boundaries imposed on us by the political parties operating in the country today.
Launching the national movement on the date 22/0/22/022 is significant to these loyalists. The day being a palindrome was consciously chosen, and they say to stand as a historic day marking their collective resolve to redefine Nigeria.
Akụkọ Igwe, always. Always. Say Baba say Baba say. And the rest was history. The rest was history. Who are we kidding? Who are we kidding? You know the story of Kwankwaso. You know the story of Kwankwaso. It's not something to be proud of. It is something, when you hear it, you will shiver. It is our problem. It is our future. These people will not rest until they have completed their agenda. Their agenda is there. The agenda is there. You don't need to look for it. You don't need to search for it. Their action, their behavior is self-explanatory. Self-explanatory. Have you learned from the past? Have you learned from what happened to others to help you not be a victim? Absolutely not. We are committing ourselves to an uncomfortable situation. We are committing ourselves to issues that don't in any shape or form help us. That means we've not learned. We have not learned. Are we going to learn? You see the dynamics of things. They are not the same. They change. When they change, do we change? No, we remain the same. We remain the same. And that is why we can't fit. We rely on our past glorious moments and ignore the signs of danger. Ignore everything that we are supposed to pay attention to. And after that, we say, God help us. That was Kwankwaso. These are the people that continued to destabilize the country. These are the people that refused to leave the political scene. They are there and will never go away. They will never go away. And they are telling you democracy. They are launching a new political party. And then you will see them unleash their fury on the population. You say now, this will be our savior. He is going to be our savior. And you wait and wait, and the killings will continue. The killings will continue. If it is turn by turn, where will that be? And you opened by saying democracy. Is democracy done turn by turn? Absolutely not. It is an action taken by the people and not by turn by turn. These are the things when we hear them, we don't consider them serious enough. Turn by turn. Turn by turn. Let's continue fooling ourselves. Let's continue being in the same tumultuous situation, and we'll never find a solution. Our people, if we are learning, we will learn. We will learn. For the fact that we are not learning is enough to let people ignore us. We have to take the bull by the horn. We have to determine what our agenda is. We determine the agenda. It will be our agenda. And how we can execute it. But it's so disappointing that instead of executing it, you get into arguments. We'll do it best. This is the way we are going to do it. The way established by our leader, we will change it. And you say you are following him. You say, Onyendu, we are behind you. We lie to ourselves. We lie to ourselves. how much longer can we remain confused? They have shown you the way. Our leader did what a lot of us couldn't do. And all of a sudden, you feel you are better. What he put in place, you feel you can come up with a better one. Yeah, where have you been all along? Nowhere. Nowhere. And when somebody comes up with a decision, you feel you are better. Nigeria is a cost entity. It's a cost entity. Have they learned? No. Instead, they are telling you ton by ton. Ton by ton. Well, let me cement this. Hear from Mr. Ozokome and compare what he said to ton by ton. We are deceiving ourselves. We are fooling ourselves. I'm saying this because I want people to face reality. Okay? We are not one. We will never be one. We are not one. And we can never be one. It is impossible. Listen to Ozokame.
So, my learned brother, Michael Zekome, you have 10 minutes. But I used to know that whenever I moderated the program where you are speaking, you are going to add your own 5. Please, don't do that today, I beg. Thank you.
Thank you, revered Professor Iradia. You once interviewed me on your program. I don't know why you have dropped that program now. Let me say I'm very happy to see my brother and friend here today, Barrister Mazi IYKE, DK Ohawan Equally, great Nigerian, man who has interrogated the issue of concerning our democracy, particularly our federalism as a concept, through his actions as a governor. When you interrogate authorities concerning VAT, concerning your powers as a governor, that the president is not a principal overloading himself over school pupils. Mr. Governor, sir, you have done well for Nigeria. May God bless you. When I listen to my rights activist on the pulpit, that's what I call him, my very good friend, Bishop Hassan Kuka, I wasn't surprised about his take on this issue, because we seem to write the same way. Each time I read him, there was one day I read this article and I asked myself, is it because he's a bishop? Did he have the sense of Nostradamus or the oracle at Ileife, and he was able to gaze into what I had just written, which I was pushing out? Prolific man, we are lucky to have a you in these perilous times. Continue to speak up. Heavens will not fall. Like one person ever once told me, if the heavens fall, it will fall on all of us. But it's never going to fall. Nigeria, nationhood, cohesion, do we have one? I know we don't have one. Nigeria is still yearning for nationhood after her independence since 1960. Perhaps one of the greatest fault lines we have is the way itself by which we came together, cobbled together by Lord Lugard on the 1st of January 1914. Perhaps one of the most or the strongest fault lines is the way we were even named when we were formerly called Royal Niger Company Protectorates. And one young lady felt that name was too long. And she wrote an article in the London Economic Times on the 8th of January 1897. I said we should call that country, that area around the Niger area, which was how we came by the name Nigeria. We didn't really agree that we were going to be one country. The Berlin West African Conference of about 1844 to 1845 merely partitioned West Africa amongst the Portuguese, the Germans, the English people, and all that. So it was not as if we agreed to come together as one nation, which is why everyone is still suspicious of the other one. We already had the Hausa city-states, the Igbo city